these are addressed. Yes, sir.
It is up to the people of Nigeria to decide if they want to be together or not. During a referendum or a plebiscite, I'm only entitled to just one vote. Only one vote. It is now left for the people to decide what to do. That is why we said to Nigeria, we don't want to break away unilaterally. We want it to be done with the consent of the people. And during the early life of this APC terrorist regime in Nigeria, they did actually mute the idea. They discussed it among themselves that whatever new arrangement is being proposed must be subject to the will of the people. I will say to that question, let the people decide. Anything they decide, I'll go with it. Anything that people come together to decide, this is what we want to do, I will submit myself to because I am a Democrat. What I'm trying to say is that the present condition of Nigeria is no longer tenable. It is no longer tenable. It cannot be tolerated any longer. And that's why we're doing what we can legally and legitimately to bring it to an end.
Okay. Let's come to African Union. President Uhuru Kenyatta is the chairperson of Africa, or Kenya is the chairperson of African Union Peace Security Council. He sits, is the chairperson of all peace and security arrangement in Africa. He is also a member of United Nations Security Council, representing Sub-Saharan Africa. He has huge numbers of Nigerians seeking asylum every day in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. What do you want him to hear? What do you want him to hear now? What message do you give to them, to the AU, that the situation is not as they think, so that people can wake up and help you?
What I want President Uhuru Kenyatta to understand is this. Contrary to all the fallacious lies and misinformation coming from Nigeria, we are not against African unity. We want Africa to prosper. And what is happening from what you said, what they're experiencing now in Kenya and in other East African countries in terms of the huge numbers of people seeking refugee status and asylum, is indicative of the decay and the death that Nigeria is going through at the moment. And unless they step in now to do the right thing, believe you me, they will get millions upon millions of people asking for asylum in their countries in no distant future. Let it not be said that the disintegration of Nigeria will somehow bring an end to Africa's cohesion and unity. It is a lie. It's a lie. It will strengthen it. Nigeria is the country dragging Africa backwards, being purportedly the most populous nation, black nation in the world, with vast reserves of oil and gas in my land in Biafra. A lot has been expected of Nigeria over the years, but each time they have failed. If you go to a place like Rwanda that I'm sure you have been to, if you go to Kigali and see what Paul Kagame has been able to do with meager resources that they have, I am sure the same transformation is taking place all across Ethiopia, taking place all across Kenya. You can see viability of economic life and prospect. None of that exists in Nigeria. They only sell crude oil and they import everything, including refined petrol as well. What I want African leaders to understand today is this, that Nigeria is the problem of Africa. If you terminate Nigeria, it's like a cancer growing somewhere on the body of Africa. Once you get rid of Nigeria, believe you me, Africa will spring to life. Let them not be deceived. Don't allow yourselves to be deceived to think that we need this huge country with huge population and vast natural resources to be the body of Africa. Once you get rid of Nigeria, believe you me, Africa will spring to life. Let them not be deceived. Don't allow yourselves to be deceived to think that we need this huge country with huge population and vast natural resources to be
So Nigeria is like a ship that the captains, the captain has died of heart attack and nobody is aware. So the ship is just navigating on a very turbulent way. All the passengers on board are not aware that, oh, the captain is not there again, he's not in control. They're not aware. We are governed by a group of small boys. Majority of them have never seen government fight. They're the ones who took over. And they sealed the place. You can't see the president. However well intended you can't see the president. And unfortunately, leaders of this country are not doing anything. Why would the former leaders of this country, they are alive, they can't come together to talk about this thing? When has this happened? The president does not address the country. They are killing people. They are kidnapping people. But it has even attacked the brigade of guards. They have attacked the convoy of the president. No statement. The only person that talked to Nigerian special advisors or senior special assistant, whatever the nomenclature, or special assistant on social media, they are the ones who are tweeting, even tweeting on policy issues that is related to the powers of the commander-in-chief. We're not quiet here. We're not asking questions.
We've been having this conversation about the and I look at the topic, Igbo quest for Nigerian. Prominent statement made by founding leaders And I looked at the topic, Igbo quest for Nigerian unity. These are things that agitate my mind. I started thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Ahmadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. They thought, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country. This is was said by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, the former Prime Minister. The fourth and the last, let me not bore you. And I quote, each of our three regions is vastly different in many respects, but each has this in common, that despite variety of languages and custom, or differences in climate, all form part of one country which has existed as a political and social entity for 50 years.
Chukwu na-afụ n'ife afọ na nzuzo. Chukwu mara onye aka ya dị ọcha na onye obi ya dị ọcha. Nwoke si na ya ji ọfọ, nwaanyị si na ya ji ọfọ, mana ọfọ mara onye ji ya. Ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri ọ chụrụ ọzụọ. Gaa n'ogwe omechi ụzọ osi mpịara na-azụ nwa igirigi ọgụ nke mmụọ. Ọ gịnị ka m ga-etu gị ka o zuolo gị? Asị m n'oge akara aka eluo, ịbụ mmụọ ka mmụọ, ibe ka ibe. Chukwu okike onye obiọma sị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ. Mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye elu. Tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra. Asị m n'ọnwụ unu nwoke bụ nwa eze Chukwu bụ ụzọ mba aka ji ọfọ Igbo ọzọ eme nte eme ime ọsị m nọ ya nọ n'etiti unu taa. Ọsọ unu binye enu n'oge akara aka eluo. Mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie asị m gị binye. Mmụọ na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo asị m gị binye. Oke ọfọ ji eje ọgụ asị m unu binye. Ọfọ ndị Igbo niile asị m gị binye. Ọfọ ndị mmiri asị m gị binye. Ọfọ ndị ikuku asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị osimiri asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị nwanyị na-ebe asị gị binye. Eze nwaanyị idodi ikwu na-eme asị gị binye. Eze nwaanyị amambara asị gị binye. Eze nwaanyị osimiri nje aba asị gị binye. Eze nwaanyị ala Igbo niile asị gị binye. Eze nwaanyị ọgba asị gị binye. Eze nwaanyị anike wawa asị gị binye. Oke arụsị na n'ike ojuru nwa na-aga na asị gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Igirigi ọgụ mmụọ. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike. Asị m dododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chi jiri eji eji efola asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chi jiri eji efola nna nna anyị ochie mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ asị m na gbuo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike na mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike ọ ya ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi ọhamadike bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ya bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya nye udo na-adị isi ike napụta ya na eke napụta ya na orie napụta ya na afọ napụta ya na nkwọ asị m na ahịa kara aka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ na ahịa kara aka agaghị eri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu napụta ya na afọ napụta ya na nkwọ asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogiri lacha Chukwu okike abịa ama onye jiri mmiri siri ike kwa aja n'ala Igbo asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-eketara ya ndụ oke ga-eketara ya Biafra oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra ndị ilu ya ga-anọ n'ụra ọ kwara ekwe osu asị m gịnị bụ ekwe osu asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị iro ga-anọ n'ụra ọha bụ ndị ọha nwa bụ ekwe osu asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma asị m ọbịara igbu Nnamdi Kanu gbuo onwe ya onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha osisi abụla oturu ga-emeche wee kwele onye asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya na ike ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu aka asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ osisi ahụ fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe asị m ikuku futuo gị anya ọbụla fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịla asị m alịla akọrọ ya n'anya onye fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị Chukwu okike abịa ama asị m na mberede nyiri dike mberede ka o ji amawa dike asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose ọ dadị ukwu ose enu na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido jiri odido enyi ozu na ọkwado nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama afụ ya anya asị m na-eje anaba isi ije asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwa asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi echi anaghị agwụ agwụ maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri ọ bụla eje nkụ asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmeri asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu gaa tụnye ugo gaa nye ya mmeri gaa nye ya mmeri gaa nye ya mmeri tụnye ugo n'elu ugo nye ike n'elu ike nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu na efufe unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo na ofufe a sị na ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo ka nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra ka nwee ike wee kwuchie anyị ọnụ ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri ndị nwe ikuku ndị nwe anyanwụ mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ mmụọ niile ọ kpọfọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra asị m unu binyenu asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ ọkwa na unu ga-aga buori ahịa ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule asị m dododo igiriga ọgụ mmụọ eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo asị m unu binye maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onweghị nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. A sị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa mmiri ọ na-ebubu ụzọ. A sị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. A sị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eri nnu, a sị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee rie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ama.
Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even your enemies, onto this hallowed platform. Because this is where we preach enlightenment. You know, many people might not understand what it means preaching enlightenment or the importance of enlightenment. Let me tell you, it is the key factor to human development. Do you see enlightenment? Because you must first of all develop in your brain, advance in your brain, have an idea before you can be able to bring it out practically. Without thinking about it, without conceiving it, without having a vision about it, you can do nothing. You cannot do it. Do you understand? That is why enlightenment, mental liberation is the key. Mental liberation is the key to what we are doing, to physical liberation. Mental liberation is the key. Without mental liberation, physical liberation will be kind of impossible. Even if you feel that you are physically liberated, you know, you still have many ways or many roads, many kilometers to go. That is the reality. When we see about independence, flag independence in Africa, let's say in Nigeria, you know, you see what is happening. You see that Nigeria is not really independent. But for them, we have independence and have a flag, green, white, green. Everybody is jumping up. If Nigeria is independent, why is it that the British High Commission or High Commissioner Katrina Liang is busy going around in Nigeria running the show? Why is it so? If Nigeria is really independent, do you understand what I mean? So, just hold on, let me treat something at the background. 1 second. So, as I was saying, if Nigeria is really independent, why is the British High Commissioner, Katrina Liang, is the person that is running to and fro always? Why? In Nigeria. Why is it so? because people don't know. The worst part of slavery is when you don't know that you're a slave. You understand? That is the worst part. That you don't know that you were a slave. That is the worst part of everything. What we are doing here is historical, to first of all mentally liberate ourselves before mentally liberating ourselves before the physical liberation. That is why it is the key. There's this thing that I'm looking for. I don't know. It's distracting me. So once again, as I say, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE, coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and today is the 16th day of the 9th month, being September, in the year of our Lord 2022. Please draw nearer to your listening devices. Invite your friends and well-wishers, even your enemies, to draw nearer to your listening devices. This is where we inform ourselves. We learn from each other. It is a symbiotic radio where we learn from each other. Therefore, do not miss this program, please, because I'm going to talk about the contributing your quota towards Biafra restoration. That is what I'm going to talk about. You know, our leader said something, that anything you can do in order to contribute to Biafra restoration, do it. Many people are mischievously taking it out of context, trying to use it to destroy what we are doing. But I would like you to listen, please. During my submission. But before I go on, as I said, I will, as usual, go into some news headlines. You know, I played the clip of, I think, Nigerian sports minister. Is it Pinnick or I don't know, Solomon Lang or something Lalong or something like that. I don't even know his name. He was publicly confirming what we have been saying, that Nigerians don't know that the captain of the ship they are into is missing. This is said a few days back. He's missing. That they are there, they don't know. They are just, you know, I call Nigerians dead body. And the attitude, their attitude is confirming it every day. People come, they speak in parable, Nigerians don't understand, they don't react. They come with plain language, Nigerians don't understand, they don't react. The man said, how many times presidential entourage, the president was attacked. He didn't even make wave. Look at even ordinary governor that was attacked by terrorists, Fulani terrorists, Mietiala. Some time ago, Governor Otto, he made even wave. But the Nigerian, so-called Nigerian president, the motorcade was attacked by terrorists. And many security guards killed, soldiers and police killed. Nigerians use it to do comedy. You know, whenever I'm watching them laughing in these their useless comedies, I am seeing people that are laughing away their future, laughing away their lives gradually, but they don't know. And their lives now. according to Oliver the Cook. I remember today. Don't think about tomorrow. Tomorrow we think about itself for you. Whereas the people are thinking about in the next 100 years. People that we are in this world together, they are planning to colonize another planet where you and I cannot fly to. It's not like Europe where you can easily trek and cross Sahara Desert and swim Mediterranean Sea. And at least if 100 go, maybe 5 will enter, others perish. All those ones, at least there are people that entered. This one is they want to colonize another planet and leave this world. If possible, they will even use nuclear weapon and destroy the world for you. They choose the best people, the Homo sapiens. You don't see there all these things. When you are hearing it, you think that it is no, it's propaganda. It is aquifer. They are talking about one in the next 100 years and more than. Whereas you yourself, you don't. If they tell you what is your collective agenda, Nigeria, for next year, nobody knows. There is no agenda. Even I'm talking of next year. What of next month? We are a country that the government is borrowing money to pay workers, to pay workers their salary, and you think that everything is okay. Okay, let me read some news headlines. As I said, DSS says Tuku Mamu behind rising bandits attack in Nigeria, but he is the person that is negotiating between bandits and the people and the government. There are so many types of military equipment in his house. Do you understand that? Do you know the reason? It is Egypt that made Nigeria to shame. Egypt, Cairo, he was arrested in Egypt while on his way to go to Mecca for prayers. For your information, Egypt is an Arab country. It's a Muslim majority country. Do you understand? But they know terrorists when they see one. Do you understand me? So the shame of Egypt arresting a renowned terrorist from Nigeria. You know, I said it the other day. What Nigeria government DSS is doing is just medicine after death, to remove shame, because they know that if they didn't do anything, it will be confirmed openly. People have known that, oh, this is a terrorist. So why is he free in Nigeria? Look at Mugumi, his master, that is going every time moving with terrorists. The terrorists are bowing down for him with arms, heavy arms and ammunitions. Mohammed Sheikh Gumi. Do you understand? But in Nigeria, he is a renowned Islamic teacher, an elder statesman. That is how Chinese television, all of them describe him. A renowned Islamic teacher. But other countries know terrorists when they see one. That is why DSS now, they are doing, they do window display. If they didn't arrest him, which means they could declare Nigeria openly a terrorist country. So that shame made them to arrest him as he come. But where we are there? Where was DSS? All these days they put him, they keep him, he's the negotiator. He will go and meet his boys, terrorists, holding him, say, no. He will talk to them separately, say, no. Listen, there must be, you must give your condition before these people will be released. You understand? And he will come and say, I made them, government should support them. Government should put in pressure, like verbal pressure, like Sheikh Gumi. In their own way, they are doing division of labor. Who talks about Pantami again? Who is in charge of everybody's data? Nigerians. Who talks about him? Pantami, who is the minister of modern technology, information technology or some communication. He is in charge of everybody's data. Openly, he supported the terrorists. Openly, he didn't hide it. He supported the Taliban for bombing America. He supported Osama bin Laden for everything. But today he's a minister in Nigeria government, in Nigeria setting. And you are telling me that people there, they are okay? What IPOB is doing through Radio Biafra, we are trying to save human beings that are in Nigeria. That is why we want Nigeria destroyed. I'm telling you. Let me read a bit. The Department of the State Services, DSS, the Department of State Services, DSS, has said Tukumamu, the Kaduna train attack negotiator, is a potent threat to the country. Now, why ask DSS? Where were they since? Oh, it's now because Egypt have arrested him. That is why they are now pretending, coming up. Is that? They are there in Asorok. All these terrorist sponsors and Nigerians, why don't you ask, what of those people that are mentioned that are terrorist sponsors in Nigerian government today? Many of the Obadiah Melafia said it, Dr. Obadiah Melafia, the man that died he died just like that. If I remember that man, I become annoyed. I used to say it. There are things you do, you need to consider the lives in your hand. God gave to you to save. It is not your life any longer. Your life is no more important to you more than others. Your life is more important to others than you. Do you understand? That is why, as a leader, there are some, in some situations, somebody like Obadiah Melafia, he should have been even tied. His people should have tied him by force and smuggle him out of Nigeria. I'm telling you honestly. Sometimes you show rubbish bravado. Nothing mega. That is rubbish nonsense. That is nonsense. Now the man has died. He died with his information. Obadiah Melafia. He has died with all his information, all the things he should contribute, his quota. They have killed him just like that. Do you see it? So people should ask, what about all these people? There are many prominent Nigerians, about, is it 8 of them, serving jail sentences in United Arab Emirates today. Because they are terrorists. They are terrorist supporters and sponsors. And they mentioned many names. And those names, they are being communicated to Nigerian government, which they knew already because it is them. Which that high-ranking, Yoruba high-ranking officer, military intelligence officer, confirmed that DSS know them. The Nigerian securities know these people. They know them. But what are they doing about it? They arrested this one because Egypt arrested him. Many Nigerians here. They know that if they didn't do anything about him, no, that one, everybody, the whole world will say, oh, these people, they are. Let me tell you, I've said this many times. This former Egyptian president, do you remember the one that died in jail? Musi, is it Mohammed Musi? He was so-called elected Egyptian president. What I'm telling you is a fact. You understand me? If something is real, why that man, after removing the former Egyptian president, what is his name? Why all these common things I used to forget them? The former Egyptian president. After removing him, Hosni Mubarak, yes, Mubarak. Now they did after everything, they took over, and after they did the so-called election, and the Islamic movement elected, with emotion, with sentiment. Oh, we want democracy. We want this person is Mubarak is a dictator. This and that. They now put elected a terrorist into office. Do you understand? This Mohammed Morsi, Morsi, Mohammed Morsi, he entered office. Now, little did the world know that he is a confirmed terrorist. You understand? Confirmed. Conquer one, direct. Do you know what happened? The Mossad and CIA captured his phone calls. They are not bugging him. Rather, it is very, very weird, bizarre, that a whole president of Egypt was calling prominent terrorists. What I'm telling you is the reason for his demise. He died in jail. He died in jail. He was calling prominent terrorists, known world terrorists, that CIA bugged their voices. Not even phone. Once your voice is being bugged, is being, controlled, it doesn't matter anyhow you talk electronically. It will signal to the CIA, to the secret services. The satellite will signal that it will immediately detect, because once they put your voice, you understand, it is signaled. It's just like when you are being deported from some countries due to some crimes. They will picture your eyes. That one, any time, you cannot you cannot come there again, because your fingerprints, your eye lens, all are unique. Your voice as a human being is unique. So they found out that, look, somebody was speaking with the terrorists that they were watching. They were trying to capture or kill by CIA, the Mossad, the Western intelligence. And they say, this is a president of Egypt calling these people that, oh, my brothers, it is our time now in Egypt. You people can come now. I am in charge. We are in charge. They chuckled. Not once, not twice. Every time calling them. From there, the CIA, the Mossad, they sent the voice to the Egyptian military. The Egyptian military hierarchy. They cannot believe that. And they continue, this man continued calling, inviting this terror. Do you remember the time this man was in office in Egypt? Every time there was terrorist attack on Coptic Christians, mostly, bomb, killing many people. Do you remember? That kind of 2012, 2013. You remember? So now, once they communicated this thing to the Egyptian military, they gave, Egyptian military came. You know, they cannot say everything on air. They say the man should do the right thing by either resigning, because they stirred up protests against him. You understand? And he quenched the protest with with alacrity, killing people. Now they have an excuse. They say the man should investigate those people that are killed, or he should rearrange election or resign. The man thought that they were joking. He didn't know what was happening behind. After the military came and gave him ultimatum that he should resign before so time, the man was saying, "Oh, this is democracy." When a democracy now, let me tell you, there is a democracy now. That is all these things they are talking, democracy, this and that. It depends on the context. After all, in Algeria, sometimes they say, oh, democracy, democracy, and the Islamists won. They elected their own, and they won the presidency. People that say democracy, is it not majority rule? They say no, this person is not going to go there. Because if he go there, he said no, they are known terrorists. That was the cause of the Algerian Civil War. When bomb blasts everywhere. They say, okay, you want democracy, and we elected. We did the election, and we won. Now give us a power. They say no, we cannot give. There is a type of democracy that runs belly. You understand? Ask America, they know. That is why when they enter democracy in Arab land, in our Middle East, when they see what it will cost, they just withdraw. They withdraw. They say, oh boy, it's better this authoritarian rule there is there. Leave them. You put democracy, you cost wahala. They will install hardcore terrorists in office. So Egypt, you understand? They took over power. They took over power, the military. They overthrew this man. He was running his mouth thinking that it's a business as usual. They tell him, hey, stay there. He's inside now. They told him what happened. Say, you. So you think that Egypt of 100 million people plus, I think, yes. That you bring commotion in this country so that to favor your personal agenda as a terrorist. These are people that are living, people that are alive. They are Muslims. They removed that man from office and put him in jail. From jail, he died in jail. He died in jail. And their country continues as normal today. You understand? But in Nigeria, they brought a hardcore Fulani headsman in the name of late Buhari into of the worst part of it is that it's even the Southerners mostly that canvassed for him. There you know that Nigerian indigenous people, they are, you know, I used to say it here and I continue. They are the most foolish people on earth. They are the most foolish people on earth. I'm telling you. So this man, what is his name? Tukumamu, that was arrested in Egypt first. He was the darling of HAUSA-SERVICE. You know, when God will bring out somebody, he will bring him out. He wanted to go to Mecca and they passed through Egypt. And they know him. They say, this man, you cannot follow. Oh, you say you're a Muslim. What you are doing is not Islamic, or just you are a terrorist. I know the reason why they deported him is that they communicated to Nigeria. They say, I know, they say, what I think, they told Nigerian government that we are going to jail this man. Now Nigeria assured them, say, no. They gave them proof, which Nigeria know. Nigerian government, they know that this man is a hardcore terrorist, sponsor of Boko Haram, ISWAP, all Fulani headsmen, all terrorists in Nigeria. They say we are going to jail him as they jailed the people, Nigerians in United Arab Emirates. Now, you know, with diplomatic movement, Nigeria will tell them that, look, if you jail this man, it will be shameful for us. It will bring, Egypt need assurance. Say, if I deport this man, are you going to treat him as a terrorist? They say yes. That is why Egypt put him in the next flight to Nigeria, in order to save the face of Nigeria government as a country. That is diplomatic move. So all these things that DSS is doing is by force from Egypt. I'm telling you honestly, it is by force. Is it only what of if this guy is a terrorist? What of Sheikh Gumi, his master? That is, Sheikh Gumi has a school answering his name. Do you see how Nigeria is? That is a country you want us to continue staying? The answer: we cannot continue in this country, in this type of country. Lagos announces dates to shut Ladipo Oyimbo markets indefinitely. Remember the conversation, the conversation between Alhaji and Kunle. They say after Buhari rule, that is his rule, no matter who is ruling under Buhari, after 8 years of Buhari, that Igbo people will be nothing, irrelevant politically. And they gave them power, they gave the Yorubas power in order to do anything they want against the Igbos in Lagos. That is what is happening. Our leader will say, Lekwe na Anya rachiam. Do you know this thing, what it means? How many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of our people that will become stranded because of this thing? Many of them, after they will come back to our land, in Biafra land. And as Mazi said, they are saying that bush they pay in our land. They will come and continue perpetrating evil. Because when, you know, our land is like now like a desolate place. When you go east, west, north, south, nothing happens. Or you start committing crimes there. But when things are happening, when you're okay, you don't remember there. you Abuja, you cruising in Abuja, in Kanu, in Lagos. But when you become stranded, they pursue you. Now you come back to your land. And from there you start committing atrocities, killing our own people. Ladipo to be shut down. Oyimbo markets, Ladipo and Oyimbo markets. After they will go and give them one ocean. One part of ocean, Ndibo, people that are working hard, and you will see one of Haneze chieftain will come and sweet talk them. Now you know, we people, we are Ndibo, we're na Wambo. So let us go to work. Let us tax ourselves and go to work and develop it, no problem. The efforts we are putting in Nigeria, if we have our country, we put that effort. I'm telling you, we'll be competing with countries like Taiwan, Japan. You know that. That is the reality. They are going to shut Ladipo and Oyibo markets indefinitely. This means people's livelihoods will be completely lost. Do you understand me? Okay. Another news I want to say: Asari Dokubo launched series of verbal attacks on Tompolo over pipeline contract. This is how the caliphate has, you know, relegated these idiots into pursuing money, killing themselves for crumbs. Do you see how pathetic it is when people are greedy for their selfish interests? They have forgotten why they were in trenches in the first place. They have forgotten. Did you get that? In the answer is no. Now it is they are hustling for 4.5 billion. Aside of was don't come to no person should come to a Joland. Oh, no person. I'm the king of Calabar, so no person should come there. I am in control of there. You look at all these people. Chineke, all these people I'm telling you, because these are the people that are causing the problems we are having. They are contributing a lot. The Fulani smartly pitch one against another. You know, when I say Fulanis are smart, what do you think? Politically, I have not seen any person that calls here to challenge what I'm saying with facts and figures. They pitch brother against brother for crumbs. And the same way they pitch people to reject themselves. No, I'm not Igbo. I'm from Ndoke. I'm not Igbo. Igbos are domineering. But in speaking Igbo, he's an Igbo man. He don't have any other local language. And you think that it is everything is fine? Things are terribly wrong in the brains of our people. Asari Dokubo is now pitched against Ompolo. And the Fulani Caliphate, they are the people that will be coming openly as peacemakers. No, leave, you know, we are one Nigeria, so leave, let us settle it. At the back, they will go and tell us, sorry, no griot, this man, you meditate. How can this man, after all, he's a Shekiri man, how can he come? They are these people, I'm telling you. Because they see very low brainy people. Low. The brains, very low. And you are fighting yourselves because of what you have in your land. God Almighty. All because of money. Let me go straight to the topic of my submission. And before that, let me read this press release a bit. Let me read it a bit. IPOB stand with Professor Uju Anya, because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put her into context today. I'm going to play her clip. You understand? IPOB stand with Professor Uju Anya. The global family movement of the indigenous people. This is a press released by IPOB today. The global family movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, under the command and leadership of our great liberator, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to commend Professor Uju Anya for her remarks on late Queen of England and Buckingham Palace. Professor Uju Anya's opinion on Queen and the British government represented the opinions of over 98% of Biafrans. Until her viral comments and counter comments on Twitter, IPOB do not know the person called Professor Uju Anya, but what is certain is the pains and scar of Biafra genocide lives with every man or woman with Igbo blood. Professor Anya's viral statement on late Queen Elizabeth's role on the mass murder of innocent citizens of Biafra during the 1967-1970 genocidal war on African colonization has shown that the history of Biafra genocide and issues of colonization cannot be forgotten unless it's discussed and addressed. That is it. That is congratulations. We stand with her. That is where I'm going to stop the press release, because I'm going to say many things during my submission concerning her issue. That is why I want to go straight to the topic. He said, the topic of my submission, contributing your quota towards Biafra restoration. You know, the recent events concerning our sister Uju Anya has shown that you can fearlessly contribute your quota to these restoration efforts through different and diverse ways. our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that whatever you can do to restore Biafra, do it. But some mischievous people use this statement to try to destroy the IPOB structure. But now, our dear sister Anya has shown a vivid example of how you can advance the cause of Biafra restoration in your own way. She just made a fearless tweet that is ricocheting all over the world. Let me read. Let me ask this question. Let me read, it's as reported by the Guardian, London Guardian. That's it. Is Anya the only professor in America or in Europe or of Igbo origin or Biafran origin? The answer is no. But she is now the target. She has advanced or is advancing the cause of Biafra. Our voice, raising it more higher. There are when people call, I'm PhD holder, I'm this and that, I'm intellectual. Some of them or most of them are highly mischievous. Where they are strong is coming to criticize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, it is not like this. He should do it. No, this Biafra, do it. There is a way to do it. Form government in exile. Form government of national unity with Asari Dokubo. They will be recommending rubbish. Do you understand? I want people to think how many Igbo intellectuals or professors do we have in America, in many parts of Europe? People that all that matters for them is to come and they are now in order to destroy IPOB. This is exactly the example of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Anything you can do to restore or to contribute to the restoration of Biafra, do it. How many of all these professors were able to tweet out the pen, to write, comment, write in social media? But this Wada fearlessly did that. On the other hand, very mischievous set of people. I am professor this and that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which passport did you use to come to America? Because I never see Biafra. Other, when one general go, another one come. So we are not going to be waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So give to this person the post. All that matters to them is mischief, to cause confusion. Look at how one of our ladies fearlessly, I think she is not up to maybe 50 years. You will see people that will come, they are elders, they will do this. Look at only the fearless way. He didn't care about the inconvenience it's going to cause her. That is what all these people. I saw the reply, one of the replies of one Father Uloma, which I used to even listen to. He made me, I insult him with venom. I'm telling you. No, he shouldn't have done it like this. He should apologize. I said, excuse me? So, Father Uloma, this is what you are saying. Apologize to somebody for bringing out the pains that we have, which was committed against us. There I fear. Do you see all these so-called intellectuals with portfolio that have offices, portfolios? Fear them. Because they will always tell you how to do it. Let me tell you, freedom fighting is not even for freedom fighting is for miscreants. I'm telling you honestly, it's always started and being carried on by what you call miscreants, because they are the people, fearless people. I've been giving this example. Go and Read even the Bible, the Bible you are reading. When David was pursued by Saul out of greed and jealousy, because I know that David was choosing to be the king. Saul wanted to kill him and David ran away. Go to it's in the book of Kings, I think first or second Kings. Go there, you read it. I think you believe in the Bible stories now. Go there and read it. He said, the vile men followed David. The vile men, that is miscreants, followed David, run away into nothing I gain, or if not death, let us all die together. They followed David. Not the people that are so gentle, intellectuals that know how to do it. No! You don't fight for freedom as a very gentle person. No. Gentle people don't fight for freedom. You know, anything that happens, let it happen. Like this, Our Lady. He tweeted it. And this guy came to her, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, the billionaire. He came to intimidate her. Who are you? Let me tell people, this life is only once you live. You don't die twice. It's only coward that dies several times before they are real dead. That is why when you see all these so-called intellectuals with portfolio, as I said, fear them. You understand? Fear them. What is happening? I don't know. Why is somebody calling me? Is there any? Please, I hope my voice is coming out. My gadgets, my dashboard, everything is okay. Let me check. Why? My voice is coming out. Now, why? So, as I was saying, my voice is coming out. Please, if you're not hearing my voice, it is not from me. It is from your system. So, as I was saying, you see these people, these so-called intellectuals that are so gentle, that have their modus operandi of doing things. Freedom fighting is not for them. Let me tell you, David, the people that help him to defeat his enemies, put him into power, are vile men. That is why when they call us miscreants, I was happy, because it is the fulfillment of the book. You understand me? All these gentle gentle intellectuals, they hug them because they don't want to upset their colleagues. They don't want, the system they are working for to be upset. So they will be giving you advice. This is how, so that, this, so that this and that. And then useless advice, for goodness sake. Freedom fighting is like this. Anything you can do to contribute towards Biafra restoration, do it. Look at how Anya did her own. Or just one tweet, courageous tweet, and the whole world is ricocheting. It's ricocheting everywhere in the world. Do you know, only because of this her tweet, do you know where Biafra story have gone, where it never reached? Something when you see, oh, I'm a PhD holder, I'm teaching in Oxford University. You come to meet him for Biafra, tell you, say, no, there is a way you have to. Look at, what is the name of this, our bishop? Archbishop in Holy See, in the Vatican. Didn't you see the advice he gave to one of our brothers that met him about Biafra? Why? Okay, so The advice he gave to our brother, join Nigeria politics, so that anything that happens, you can elect somebody that have Biafra this and that is because he don't want to upset the Vatican, the Pope. Do you understand me? These are the normal status quo intellectuals we have. But what do you Anya? I love that woman. I'm telling you. I know that many Igbo intellectuals will be advising, hey, it's not like this now. Why like this? He tell them, go to hell, all of you. Go to hell. IPOB is in support. We are behind her. Let me read some things that is being written about her. Because before we don't know her. Before who knew her? But because of her courage, now she became a world figure. The freedom fighting name, that is why, like the wife of our leader the other day, he said, Cardinal Arinze, yes. The advice Cardinal Arinze gave to our brother. He gave him the advice of normal advice of a normal Igbo intellectual, and that is in a nice position. If you follow the advice of these people, we become slaves forever. Because they are the people that put us into this mess. Let us do it like this in a normal way, so that, after, this and that. Look at, that is the reality. That is why I fear these so-called PhD holders, intellectuals, than anything. I'm telling you. I can move with any miscreant. But these people, because they are poisonous. They don't want to upset the system they are in. Do you understand? Let me read a bit before I play her clip, her voice. This is on the Guardian newspaper. Uju Anya on, not a Nigerian Guardian, please. Uju Anya on the Queen, Jeff Bezos, and the family history behind her tweet. Remember, James Bezos is the second most richest person on earth now. Before he was even first, the owner of Amazon. You understand? The professor sparked outrage when she wished the Queen a painful death. She tells the Guardian about the UK's role in the slaughter of her mother, her mother fled. Let me read a bit. 7 years after Nigeria won independence from the UK, United Kingdom, and 15 years into the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, civil war broke out in the former British colony. On one side was the Nigerian government, desperate to preserve the multi-ethnic state that had been cobbled together by British colonial administration. Do you know what is cobbling? Amalgamation. Putting the pieces together. It doesn't matter whether a match or no match. A cobbler, a shoe cobbler. From that word, cobbler. They cobbled different nations together by force. People that shouldn't be together. They cobbled the same way they cobbled Pakistan and India under one giant Asian zoo. For British convenience, for their interest. But those people showed Britain that they are human beings. They reshuffled themselves and had independence as two countries. And further went back, to have released other different nations inside them. Today there are many nations that came out from the former British India, the British Asian zoo. And they came to Africa and created one big giant zoo. Every time, Cardinal Young, he went to church to pray for Queen in Lagos. He is a person running the Nigerian government, telling the slaves the ignorant slaves that don't know how to fight for freedom, telling them how good it is for them to stay together. Let me tell you, he prayed that woman, that witch, She praised the queen to the extent, in the midst of people that the woman killed directly, sponsored the killings of their siblings. He was praising her. Let me continue reading. On one side was the Nigerian government desperate to preserve the multi-ethnic state that has been cobbled together by British colonial administration. On the other were the Biafran separatists who sought autonomy for Nigeria's Igbo people, an ethnic minority. How do they call us a minority? How do they call Igbo? How? Although sometimes I don't blame them, because our people are showcasing a type of ignorance that is out of this world. Do you understand me? That is why our leader sometimes he will insult us. I welcome those insults. I say, Mazi, can't you put more? Because I'm tired of these praises. Oh, Baraka, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Where are we? Do you know that Africa have more than 75% of arable land that can be cultivable, but hunger is killing Africans? Do you understand? Every time Africa we import the war in Russia and Ukraine, the war in Ukraine. No food for Africa because of the war in Ukraine, because they are importing food from Ukraine. Africa have more than 78% of arable land in Africa, but they cannot feed themselves. How do you refer to such type of people? China has only 7%. Listen, 7% of arable land. China that have the population of China is more than the population of the whole Africa. They have only 7% of arable land, but they are trying to feed themselves with that little portion of land. They develop the technology. They develop everything in order to optimize production of agriculture in that small piece of land. That's why when people say that Biafra has small territory, I laugh. When we add technology, the sky becomes our limit. Do you understand me? How do you equate? Look at even in our own land today. There is land that doesn't need irrigation. Water is everywhere. If you throw out mango fruit today, tomorrow you see it germinating. It is you that if you don't want it, you go and remove it. But people are complaining of hunger. How do you quantify this set of people? Why should you merit respect in the world community when you have 78% of your land is arable, is farmable? But hunger is killing you. Import everything, food from everywhere. Thomas Sankara performed a miracle in Burkina Faso, a Sahel region. Before him, Burkina Faso was being helped. They import everything they eat. But only 4 years of his revolution, Thomas Sankara revolution, led to Burkina Faso being food sufficient. And they start even exporting food to other African countries. How do you quantify people that their governments are being used by the neo-colonialists in order to continue putting everybody down, to continue enslaving everybody moving like zombies in Nigeria? How? We need to remove ourselves, emancipate ourselves, or we perish. Or they continue seeing us as garbage, the wretched of the world, as one man referred it. Black people, the wretched of the world. Anywhere you go, they pursue you. Anywhere they see you as garbage. Are you not ashamed? For goodness sake, are you not ashamed? This is what we preach here. We don't pity ourselves, because when they are killing you in the streets of New York as a black person, when they are dealing with you in Europe, you are watching, you are even a highly talented fellow that should be a scientist, an inventor, but in Europe you are taking care of all the Europeans packing their shits. What is more demeaning than that? Insult is only a mouth, but there they insult you. I read the other day, one guy, he said he ran away from one work, I think in supermarket, for standing. He said he cannot stand. He stand for 8 hours in United Kingdom. Maybe that guy in Nigeria is a master, maybe masters holders. You understand me? He said he keep on standing for 8 hours. If he say he want to go arrest, they say no. So he have to run away from that job. That is how bad it is. But when we come here, you say we are insulted. It is better we insult ourselves into opening ourselves, into doing something to bring us out of this miserable situation we are in. The wretched of the world. That is it. Let me continue. On the other side was Biafra separatists who sought autonomy for Nigerian Igbo people and ethnic minority. We are not ethnic minority, for goodness sake. Originally from the country south, who faced persecution and pogroms in the north. Do you see what the I think British Guardian is writing? Has this paper written something like this before? It is because of the tweet, single tweet of Anya, Professor Anya, our fearless lady. Can you suffer the inconvenience? You that what matters to you is let us DLS is this thing, this and that. You are a professor. There is a way to do it. It is not the way IPOB is doing it. Now you are making a mess of yourself. Look at somebody, a fearless person. Look at it. Look at her. She has caused people to start researching about Biafra, talking about Biafra. Okay, with control over Nigeria's oil production at stake, former colonial superpowers jostled for influence, not least the United Kingdom. In 1967, Nigeria was still a member of Commonwealth, and Elizabeth has remained its head of state, the Queen of Nigeria, until 1963. Intent on maintaining influence and control, which they are still having till today, United Kingdom government, led by Harold Wilson, funneled vast amounts of arms and ammunition towards the Nigerian government. Do you know the reason why this thing is being written? Why this article is being written? First time. It is because of only the courage of one person, Anya. Is she the only professor in the United States or in Europe? There are many. Many that will tell you, no, don't they know? Let's praise the Queen no matter what, let's praise him openly. But internally we know now. No! That is not freedom fighting. That is not the way to express, to tell the world your story. You will have to be courageous to stir up controversy. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. Because without him coming to stir up, sort us into oblivion, into rising up, we couldn't have risen up. Do you understand? If he come and start preaching like the hotel builder, there is a way to do it. Biafra the Nobi is to print Biafra passport. So look at the cars I have gotten. Look at my buildings. So Biafra, we are in Biafra now. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't come in that way, would we have joined him? I can now in misery, in obscenity, in rubbish, in garbage. That is the way to do it. The war was a humanitarian. Okay, the war was a humanitarian catastrophe for Nigeria's 52 million people. A year into the conflict, more than 1,000 children were starving to death each day. Do you know what it means? More than 1,000. It could be 10,000. It could be 100,000. He said more than 1,000. Starving, Biafran children starving every day. Do you understand? To the extent people were videoing, Biafran children that are being even eaten by vultures, almost alive before they even died. And the people want us to just leave it like that and be civil. Oh no, let us be civil. The world is civil. Why should we be civil? Why shouldn't we express our pains to the world? Because Britain seems to lock the world away from reality. You must suffer that inconvenience in order to, you must persevere in order to reach your goal. That's it. TV cameras beamed images of their anguish, as well as evidence of further wartime atrocities all over the world. Wilson responded to the public backlash by misleading Parliament about the UK's involvement, even as he increased the flow of arms. The classified documents revealed in 2020. In the wake of the Queen's death, the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, that is an impostor, Buhari is late, who fought on the side of the Nigerian government, praised the royal family as a very strong ally, even in the midst of our difficult time. During the Biafran War, they stood by the indivisibility of the Nigerian state, supported and ensured that we overcame that problem. You see it? Do you know why this thing is coming out now? Because of a fearless tweet by Professor Anya. Can you do it? All that matters for you is to go for, you are raising for, who is in control of the fund of IPOB? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, do anything, contribute to anything, then you are quota in this struggle. This is what Anya is contributing in her own way. That is why Biafra is being discussed. Do you understand? As soldiers took up British supplied arms against civilians, raising whole villages and scorching ancestral lands, Anya's mother fled with her in-laws, taking whatever cover they could find. We lost half of our relatives, says Anya, who was born 6 years later. He was born after the war. But those that are the elders that can see what we cannot see, standing on skyscraper, but they will see it sitting down. They cannot do this. They cannot be fearless like this. That's the legacy of the war. It was a genocide, a slaughter, a holocaust. That is the truth. This was the history weighing on Anya, now an associate professor of applied linguistics at Carnegie Mellon University. When she saw the news of the Queen's imminent death on Thursday, she wrote, I heard the chief monarch of a thieving, raping, genocidal empire is finally died. May her pain be excruciating. She wrote in a tweet, that is, may her pain be more vehement. She wrote in a tweet to her approximately 70,000 followers. Then she stepped away to teach graduate seminar on identity and language learning. 3 hours later, Anya logged back online only to be greeted with a flood of condemnation, much of it laced with racism and misogyny. I will stop reading because I will play her voice, please. That is fearlessness. That is her quota. She is contributing. Do you understand? Ask yourself, you PhD holder in Harvard that is hearing my voice, what you know is the way. There is a way to do it. Freedom fighting, there is no way to do it. Day to day, when things happen like this, it will be followed like that. Sometimes things will change. There is no formula. Do you understand? But these so-called gentle, learned professors and intelligentsia, they have formula. So, why? I know many of them would have calling on Professor Anya, our fearless lady, telling her, "Go and pull down that thing. There is a way to do it. You are." I said, "No, no. Please. It's like this." So, she is contributing her own quota towards the Biafra restoration. Let me play her voice for you. Listen to what she said. It's in a radio program interview. Listen, please.
me is that this tweet has been flagged for being inciting violence and being abusive and targeted harassment. That's what the notification said to me. And then it said that, do you want to delete it or do you want to appeal? And I said appeal, and I wrote that.
It's talking about her tweet. Tweet is asking her. Do you understand? As usual. Because it's their thing. So how can a black woman be courageous enough to say, even if they kill all your family, you shouldn't have right. You shouldn't have the audacity to open your mouth to talk to the Queen of England, the dead Queen, like this. So you better. Her death is more than 10 million of black people. More. That is what it literally means. And she was defiant. Continue listening, please.
My reasons for not wanting to delete it, because I did not agree that I was inciting violence, nor was I engaging in targeted harassment.
Right.
But then while they're processing your appeal, you're locked out of the system. So you can't get on. So the aftermath, when black women started to ride for me and start to get attacked themselves, and I didn't see that because that early I was already out.
Right.
And I was out for almost a week after. So everything I saw happening on Twitter was secondhand through my partner, Dr. Syria Lang. And she was the one kind of reporting to me what was going on. And, and of course, at this time, I had already had calls from, my administrators and things like that, saying that there would be a response. They didn't tell me what the response would be, but definitely this has come to the point that they've seen it and they're going to have to respond to it. And I said, and I also, at that point, explained to them my perspective, where I came from, and what the British monarch had done, and what she represented, and what I was, the truth I was telling, and how I was speaking from not just my pain, but the collective pain of my family and my broader Igbo people. So, I told that to them, and then
they called her. The administration of her working place called her, say, there will be a response. No, they called her, they start explaining to them that she is not expressing only her pain, but the pain of a collectivity of the Igbo people, Biafrans. Do you understand? Because everybody suffered. What the people cannot have the courage to do, she is doing it. And that is the inconvenience, the result people don't want to go through. That is why they prefer to fear. This fear factor should be removed. If our leader is fearful, we shouldn't be where we are today. Anything that is, I say, tomorrow, come on, let it happen today. That is the spirit of freedom fighting. Do you understand me? That is why we must appreciate this, our sister, Wada Anya. Continue listening, please.
They said okay, and that was it. Whatever else I heard from them was when I was hearing it on the news along with everybody else, or
Absolutely.
when I saw the statement being released, etc.
Absolutely. And so I had two more questions, and I want to open it up. Has this experience changed the way, because like you said, you kind of go in, you use Twitter, you kind of almost like prepare, like you said, to teach when you go in there. Has this experience changed the way you're looking at engaging in social media, or do you intend to continue to engage in the way you have?
So even in this, my most intense moment on social media, fundamentally, more than I am anything else in this world, more than I am a mother, more than I am a researcher, more than I am a sister, a community member, I am a teacher. And if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to teach.
Right.
And even in that very intense moment of profound pain and my outburst, my emotional outburst of deep, deep pain, I was teaching. I followed up explaining that there was a genocide against the Biafra people.
Of course.
Right.
There was a genocide which Britain wants us to just lie like, as obedient slaves and forget, and it will be over. How can you tell, for example, the Jewish Second World War genocide? Do you know, every day that God created in this world, there must be one documentary channel that is showing the Second World War, the Jewish genocide, the Holocaust. Do you know that? But in our own, no, we are lesser human beings. No, just Britain wants to cage us so that, they thought that people will outgrow, the people that saw the thing will die off. They remove history from our schools. A new generation will continue zombieing, grow up and continue zombieing. No person will know what happened, and they will be able to easily build the Nigeria they want in us. You see it. It is only inanimate objects that shouldn't react in this type of thing. Armenia suffered the genocide where they say 1 million, up to 1 million Armenians were killed. Do you know what time? During the First World War that ended 1917 by the Ottoman Empire. Remember, Ottoman Empire they have dissolved though. There is no more Ottoman Empire. You understand? It's just like campaigning, houses campaigning now that Ottoman Danfodio should pay reparations for them, and the beneficiaries of Ottoman Danfodio, or the descendants of Ottoman Danfodio, should pay reparation for what they cost in their land. Armenia consistently continued pushing for the recognition of that thing as genocide. Ottoman Empire is now Turkey. They are now confined. They come as Turkey, and they got it. Imagine that it's our people. That this Biafra war happened maybe 100 years back. Oh, you see so-called intellectuals saying, now forget about this thing. That one has gone. Leave. Sometimes I see that even intellectuals in our land are the main problems we have. I'm telling you before God and man. They are the people that will be, now leave this thing now. This thing has gone. Is it the time of your great-great-great-grandfather? So leave it now. But Armenia continued pushing until the world recognized that Turkey today, which was Ottoman Empire that colonized Arab Middle Eastern countries, committed genocide. Had it been they didn't push, they wouldn't have gotten results. Not that they will bring back the life, but people that have died. No, but it is a recognition that you owe some reparation. Oh, it's not monetary. That that thing, okay, come and you apologize. It is now known that you committed this thing. But Britain never want to know. They don't even want to talk about it because they see us as stones. We don't have feelings. After all, during slave trading, they say that their perception that time that black people they don't have feelings. So they don't feel pains. So that is why they can be amputated, they can be operated on without using anesthesia. Nothing. They'll just be, So, and when black man is crying, all of them, they will be laughing. The crimes they committed. And somebody will come and tell me we should continue following their road they gave to us to heaven. The people don't understand how mad we are, telling you. Let us continue.
who were trying, the Igbo people who were trying to form an independent nation of Biafra. They wanted to be separate from the country that the British Empire had imposed on us, which was this country of Nigeria, where they kind of took a bunch of independent nations who don't have anything to do with each other, don't even speak each other's language, don't relate. Many of them were even enemies and warring at the time, smushed them all together and drew these arbitrary lines around them and called them countries and named those countries.
Right.
And then said, now y'all get along.
Let me say something here. Do you see? Sometimes extraordinary situations needs extraordinary actions. Sometimes it is not gentility doesn't solve the problem. I'm telling you. Like this lady, this one that have done. People will start asking, but a person, a very reasonable professional like this, intellectual like this, reacting this way, there must be a call. Let us hear her voice and hear her story. That is why he's telling them. Without, had it been he come to say, okay, come to seminar. I want to teach a seminar about Biafra. They will take it as the reaction people are getting, he's getting from people, she wouldn't have gotten it. Oh, no, he print a flyer. It's good anyway, but she saw an opportunity and she utilized it. And now people started listening to know, why did this person, this gentle, beautiful woman, tweeted or commented like this to somebody that died? That is a question. Because when you don't know, doubt makes people to research, to investigate more. You understand? Doubt. One of the things that make people to is doubt. Because if you don't doubt, you believe anything you want. Doubt increases knowledge. That is why when you see somebody that is he knows everything, know that he's a non-entity, don't know nothing. You understand? Scientists are making researches because they want to know more. They are doubting. Somebody can come up and tell you a story that, there is a heaven up, there is a hell below. So that is it. If you do good thing, if you don't go church, you go to hell. If you go church, you do good thing, you go to heaven. Where is the heaven? It's up. You can easily believe it and continue. You don't even need to worry your life and continue working towards that. But when people start asking questions, because human being is created to ask questions, and the questions to ask questions makes you start getting answers, facts, factual replies and answers. That is why science is the ultimate, because every scientist is always doubtful. He don't believe. The scientist don't believe until he see it. Until he see the fact, he see it and he's okay, he prove it. Because you can believe any garbage. They can come and tell you one story, and if you're useless, you believe. So you go to continue your life with it. But somebody looking for knowledge will always ask question and doubt and say, no, this thing, no. He will now start making researches. If you understand me, start making investigations and researches in order to find out the reality. That is what we advocate here on Radio Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started it. Not anything you believe. No. The era of belief is no more. It's gone. Now is the era of facts. You research, you investigate in order to find out the reality. So, when you see this woman, had it been she printed flyer and said, come I want to tell her about Biafra. It's good anyway, but not many people will turn up, and which people might come, but not with that intensity. And he can come there, she can call, talk something, and they clap. People will clap because people will not have that keen interest. They will see it as one of the lectures. It's a speech, so it's okay. But this one, there is a reason. So people want to find out why is it. for somebody to write this type of thing, which can also bring any type of inconvenience to her. Some people might even take offense and even kill her, but she don't mind. There is something that caused this. So let us find out. So when she is speaking, people now will start making researches. People now will be listening with keen interest, making researches about Biafra. Oh, which means Queen Elizabeth, you know, she supervised the slaughter of people called Biafrans, and they know it. As somebody will say there later, that had it been there is no social media, all we would have been seeing in the mainstream media, CNN, Fox News, all of them, BBC, oh, they will be eulogizing the Queen, how he saved the Africans from extinction, how he did this, how good she was, as Katrina Long praised her, eulogized her in the church in Lagos. That is what you would have been seeing. But people now, people are now seeing another side of the story because of social media. That is why, you know, there is no way again you can control, you can monopolize news. If it's before, everybody will be, even in Nigeria, they will declare 1 week holiday. People will be crying, oh, as if their mother died. And before you know, they will put her a cent. But because somebody is there to tell the story and tell it the way the people, it will catch people's attention. That is why they called him, they called her to question her, why do you do this? And she is speaking. Continue listening.
And do a country for us, and be a union for us. And then go through, you know, contentious, bloody independence processes that never really yield any real independence. You're still part of a commonwealth afterwards. True. And you have the eternal meddling in your affairs and the eternal extraction of your resources and the eternal fomenting of divisiveness and infighting in order to be able to control you. This is what an oppressor does, a colonizer does. These are, you know, tactics and strategies of dominance. Right. We were subjected to that as a larger unit of Nigeria. And then when the Igbo people said, we want our own thing, let's go and do that. Well, it so happened to be that the territory that this new country of Biafra was going to be in included very, very rich oil reserves. And the British were not going to let go of that.
Wow.
And the people that they had put in power, you know, their puppet Nigerian governments weren't going to do that either, because they needed it for the Nigerian project.
Right.
And Britain needed it for its own interests and uses. So Great Britain got directly involved in this civil war and in the war for independence, and decided that they would do everything to make sure that Biafra did not go.
Wow.
And this everything meant directly funding genocide of the people of Biafra. This is what happened. This is the historical record. I'm not saying anything that's in doubt or in question, right?
Yeah.
Even when it was happening during this period of 1967 to 1970, the BBC themselves were producing documentaries decrying it, covering all the protests that were happening in Great Britain.
This is recent.
Yeah, this is very recent.
That is BBC. You know, it's confirming the facts that is there. BBC covering, because it's a British foreign megaphone. If you understand, they are covering. This is the BBC that will, BBC Igbo. And you see Igbo people working there, because the ones, they are being paid the salary. You know, a black man can work for even Lucifer, killing his own people, as long as he's making money, he's giving him money. That is why Europeans use the Africans to kill Africans, to subdue Africans. Do you understand it? They use Europeans use African native Africans, form the army. You see one European commander commanding thousands of Africans with a gun to go and invade and kill their own people. Do you see that? And you ask them, they say, "Now, wow, if we don't do it, they will not pay our salary. They will go and kill their brothers." Why do you think that Africans are looked as a garbage all over the world? Black people. Because these are the people that can do anything for money, even kill their own people for the interest of foreigners. So why will foreigners respect you? Why? Please continue listening.
My sister, for example, is turning 60 this month. And my sister was alive at that time. She was like 5, 6.
Right.
My other brother was alive at the time, and my second brother was in my mother's belly. She was pregnant during this time, running from village to village to escape the bombs that they were throwing at villagers. So when we tell you that 3 million people, some people have said up to 5 million, 6 million, or some people quote low. So the sort of average agreed upon number that you really cannot contest is about 3 million. When you think of a Holocaust,
Right.
this is a Holocaust.
Absolutely.
Now, the Holocaust that we typically were most familiar with is the most famous one against the Jewish people.
Yes.
Where 6 million of them were massacred.
Absolutely.
So at the most sort of conservative estimation, they did half of us.
Right.
Half that number. Civilians, these are non-combatants. And more than 1 million children alone starved.
Wow.
The British paid for that. And Queen Elizabeth II was ruler. She was monarch at that time. This was the government that she was supervising. Now, I don't buy this notion that she was just a statue, if you will.
Ask you that question.
Or a decorative plant.
Right.
Or, some kind of, tchotchke sitting on the shelf.
Right.
This was a ruler. This was someone, the very crown that she had on her head, signifying the fact that she's a monarch, was made from plunder.
Right.
Diamonds, blood diamonds.
Absolutely.
So the throne that she's sitting on is a throne of blood. So you cannot say that she was just this little old lady or this figurehead that really had nothing to do with anything, and it was just the British government that were making their deals and, governing however they would, without relating it directly to her, because she directly benefited her very position as a monarch. The palace that she lived in, the opulence, the obscene levels of wealth that she enjoyed.
Absolutely.
Were all paid for by our blood. And I don't say this figuratively.
Right.
And I don't say this as something that, this long remote past, let's say, of human enslavement, which on my mother's side, she's from Trinidad, my ancestors over there were enslaved by the British. I'm talking about recent living memory of people still alive today. Her money, her government funded our slaughter. And people expected me to be calm or to be, I don't know what they expected.
Right.
When the person who literally paid money for bombs and guns and military supplies to come and massacre your people is dying. Right. You're not supposed to dance. What's the reaction to that?
I remember when we found out that Osama bin Laden was killed, and Americans celebrated, right? Because they held him responsible for 9/11, which just passed, and that terror that occurred, and those 3,000 or so people that died.
Yeah.
And it's like, but when it's our terror, when it's our pain, when it's our loss as black and brown people, and particularly when we express it in a way that challenges, white supremacy, the white supremacy dominant narrative, and this, kind of almost like Disneying idea that people had of a queen, then all of a sudden it's like we're always told to be civil, to be calm, to be peaceful as black and brown people. And so, but when it's somebody that you feel harmed America, you can dance, you can celebrate, you can take out your flags, and that's...
You know, what this guy is saying is exactly what is even happening to our people in that zoo called Nigeria. Anything that happen when Fulani terrorists kill us, Fulani herdsmen massacre us, if they bomb us, it's Ohanese chieftain that will come. Be obedient people, be calm, so don't make noise. People that have died. And we pay for their mortuary bill, you know, so don't make noise, please. Be good citizens and continue your normal walk. Go quietly. You know, exactly. Slaves, that is it. That is what this guy is expressing in the terms of America and black people. It is happening in our land, in our own land. Have you forgotten when is it Bulado bomb blast that killed many of our people in Lagos? Is he not one useless chieftain? I don't know where is that man today. Where is he? He came, people that are mourning. He was blaming them. Hey, you people should keep quiet, be law abiding. Just go your normal job every time on one on the journal. Every time they expect us to be quiet, be law abiding citizens and be dying in secret. Let our agony be killing us. Now we say no. It cannot continue. You understand? That is the way the oppressor wants you to behave. Whenever they come, they kill. Oh, how many people killed in Enugu? Oh, one. Oh, it's 110. Okay, just go your normal businesses. Be law-abiding citizens. Calmly, don't make noise. We are on top of the matter. We will investigate and okay. So dead people, they have done, they have gone, they have gone. So you go and bury them. Okay. Okay, and they expect slaves to continue like that. That is what we are suffering. Continue listening, please.
That's held up. You can have lynchings were celebratory things in the history of the United States of America, where they would have a parade and party and
take children.
Right.
An entire family would go and enjoy the spectacle 100%. Of murdering black people.
100%. 100%. So,
are you hearing the story of people that brought out Christianity that want us to go to heaven? Are you hearing? It's coming from another mouth. That is what I'm playing also. People that they want you to go to heaven, a place that they have diamond and gold. But the one they see in your land, they steal it and it's in the British monarch crown. When it's a sport, maybe weekends, if they want to have fun, they bring few black slaves and slaughter them, massacre them in a very heinous way. And all of them will be clapping, just like a football match. People will stay and be watching, be drinking soda, watching black people being killed, maybe by animals, or they give them weapon to fight and kill themselves, or they will decapitate them, and they will be laughing. And the way this one was shouting before he died, oh, very funny. These are the people that gave you Bible, brought you Bible so that you go to heaven. Can't you have sense? That these people, they want you to continue being zombies the way you are today. They are busy trying to go to mass. What is happening in Africa? Nigerians are even no electricity yet. No electricity. That is the way they program you. They will tell you, go and pray, God will do it for you. Is it not? Hey, God will do miracle. Let's continue.
My last question is, a support petition has been produced.
Yeah.
4,000 or 5,000 people have signed this petition. So when you see that support.
Yeah.
Just how do you feel in that moment?
It felt so good, right? Especially since I was locked out of Twitter,
Right.
you know, battling this suspension, and having my account, you know, temporarily, suspended. And just seeing the outpouring of support from people who may or may not have agreed with how I expressed my pain, but certainly believed that I had a right to do it.
Absolutely.
In however I did it. And that was so important to me. And it was wonderful to see that, because not only that letter with, 4,000, 5,000 signatures, was
like fellow academics,
journalists,
students.
Exactly. People in this country, in the United States, and around the world. And it wasn't just academics, it was professionals, it was community members, students, all sorts of people were there saying, we got your back.
Absolutely.
Now, once again, they were not endorsing what I did or the words that I used, but they were endorsing my right to speak my truth and to speak my pain and not be terrorized and abused and violently targeted for it when Jeff Bezos put that target on my back.
Absolutely.
And then, in addition to that letter, there was also a letter from my colleagues at my university, other faculty, staff, other employees, with more than 100 names on that letter as well. And then another letter from students.
Wow.
At Carnegie Mellon, who filled, last time I looked, like 8 pages of signatures, and not even in a list form, in like block text, one after the other, thick.
Beautiful.
And even on campus, they spray painted on sort of the main quad. There's this wall, this white wall, where they spray painted R.I.P. colonialism on one side, and on the other side, let her speak. These were Carnegie Mellon students who did that. So when I saw all of that, the outpouring of support from the broader academic community and in general, people outside of my institution, along with my colleagues at my institution and the students that I serve at this institution, I cannot, and I'm, a words person. Words are my business. I'm a linguist. I cannot even find the words to tell you just how thankful and grateful and joyful I felt.
Beautiful.
In such days of pain, right? Because I'm a human being. I act tough, right? But you can only take so much abuse.
True.
So in all of that pain, to get this kind of support, I realize I have people.
Absolutely.
I have people.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Wonderful. And that includes us at One Hood.
Yes,
well, you got us too. Beautiful, beautiful.
That was deep. That was intense. But I mean, this speaks to the volume about like how these ripples effects are felt across the globe when you talk about the monarchy. Like, not everybody is going to react favorably to the crown, and this is a lesson to people. It should be a lesson to people globally, that the people of the global majority have been the ones that have been forced into subjugation, been the one forced into oppression, been the ones who have felt the tyranny of the crown firsthand, right?
And told to just suck it up
and just deal with it, right? Because
be happy
because we got the East India Trading Company, right? Because we have a gold standard, because we have English as this lingua franca spoken around the world, because we have all these things that fall under the umbrella of the crown that quote unquote benefit the world. We're supposed to be quiet and just accept it because they civilize the savage, right? And these are things that we're supposed to be placated with.
And I have to also say that my quarrel is not with the British people.
Right.
The British people are subject to her rule as well.
Yeah,
100%. There is no quarrel with the British people. They are subjects. They don't elect her.
This is something that's extrapolated, right? And I have a lot to say about this. Like, I have so much to say about this. In the West, patriotism equals prejudice, right? You look at what people talk about patriotism is in the States. You wave around the flag. That's a symbol of violence for a lot of people.
100%.
In England, it's no different. In Canada, it's no different. Like, you wave around the Union Jack, you wave around the maple leaf. Indigenous people suffered at the hands of erecting their flag on soil.
Absolutely.
Right? The Irish, who are white people, weren't considered human by the crown. Right? And these are things, this is what I'm saying. Like, I have yet to see, and maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I have yet to see the conversation where people are backlashing and slandering the Irish people for speaking out against the Queen. Has anybody? Has it come up online at all?
I mean, I think I haven't seen it. I mean, I saw, like, but I'm not on Irish Twitter, I'm on Black Twitter. So I saw,
and that's another thing,
a response of Black Twitter. And just speaking to what you said, I learned a lot. I didn't know, like, the word loot is an Indian word.
Pajama.
Yeah.
Urban. Veranda.
Yeah, but that, like, it was, like, attributed to the fact that they took so many diamonds from India.
They looted.
Right. And so I think of course I laughed, when you had mentioned what you said about Prince Harry. It reminded me of the tweet that somebody had said about the Queen, like, never having to pay rent.
Yeah.
And, like, basically was just like, you're just living off vibes, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they dragged me for calling him jobless.
Right. They said, this was the tweet. Can't stop thinking about how that lady lived nearly 100 years, never had a job.
Your specific case, especially with Jeff Bezos jumping into the conversation, but not criticizing the Irish celebration of the death of the Queen,
right,
goes to show it's like another piece of evidence for the fact that Black women are the most disenfranchised people in this country.
Right.
He felt it easier to come at you than it would be to come at the Irish people, literally dancing on social media to the occasion.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And, that's my partner, while all this was happening, she would read tweets to me sometimes or let me know what was going on. Like, I didn't have access to to it myself.
Yeah.
But she would kind of narrate things or send me screenshots, etc. And another way in which I knew I had people were Nigerians and African Americans and other Africans and, all types of people were waging Twitter wars as well.
Absolutely.
Behind this case.
Yes.
So that, in addition to those letters of support, I also saw, like, real material supports, even my trolls, because I'm always getting into it with, arguing about misogyny, for example, with Nigerian men, and sometimes African American men. You may remember me from the tweet. The misogyny, struggle has made me, like, some firm enemies and trolls, right? And even those joined up to go around to be there as soldiers, if you will, underneath whoever was coming to say. And how did they do it? Not by, abusing, but by facts. They would post links, they would post videos and saying, this is the information you are lacking to understand where she's coming from. And we agree with her because we share this story as well. Alaibo is the name of, it's the Igbo name for our land. Ala meaning our mother's breast, kind of. This is our turf. And Igbo land, came hard because this was our story. And this was our collective pain. And I was talking about it.
Beautiful.
But that was, African Americans as well. Black Twitter for me is not just African Americans. Black Twitter for me is also, just black people in general on Twitter. And so the African American subsection of Black Twitter was also riding hard, taking huge hits as well, especially the outspoken Black women, the feminists who came, right? So I was hearing this, I wasn't seeing it, but hearing it kind of vicariously, and also feeling that there was a lot of support in the letters, but a lot of support sort of on ground as well, where these battles were happening on Twitter, on Facebook, and elsewhere.
I do find it fascinating that you engage, because I don't think people probably just engage you not knowing that you're a professor of applied linguistics.
But what I wanted to say is, here in Pittsburgh, this was deemed one of the worst cities for Black women to live. And for me, the legacy of the Crown is that anti-Black, they globalized anti-Blackness. So when people talk about why pick these Black women, it's because the Crown helped through media in their campaigns to say Black people did not matter, whether it's here in America or in the African continent or in the wider diaspora, is that Black pain, Black people do not matter.
Absolutely.
And so if you want to build up your brand, you dog out Black people.
That's it. I mean, look at how their media treat Meghan. Right? Meghan Markle.
Absolutely.
And the viciousness they reserve for her, and she talks about how the fact that her, her heritage and her appearance as a light-skinned biracial, person, had before shielded her from a lot of this. But she didn't really hit that racism till she encountered the British. What it says to me is that.
Okay. I think the clip we have finished. Remember what I'm talking about today. Contributing your quota towards Biafra restoration. This is exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, said when he said, anything, whatever you can do to contribute to the restoration of Biafra, do it. But some people, some mischievous criminals, misconstrued it into destroying IPOB structure. This woman, did he talk about even IPOB? This is, that tweet only generated a lot of energy that it becomes an international discourse. That is her own quota she is contributing. But you see other so-called intellectuals, all that matter, all where their eye is, this IPOB, how are you contributing money and giving to somebody? Is it who is controlling the money? How is it? Come and do account, defense fund. That is all that matters to them. They want the status quo to continue, so that they will live their life without any inconvenience. Do you know the inconvenience this our Wada, our sister, is passing through? Do you know? She's not an elder, maybe 40 something or even below, who knows? But she is now generating a very big energy for the discussion of Biafra issues. What our so-called elders cannot. They want to say, leave it, continue. Let us continue suffering in silence. No, we cannot. We cannot continue suffering in silence. I will drop here. I will drop in here, please. So that, and you know one funny thing also. Even the Irish people, we are singing lazy in the box. They were celebrating Queen Elizabeth's death, but because they are white people, they are considered to be real human beings. So nobody cares. It's their right. But how can a black person, a black monkey, be rise up to talk against for you to see how this thing with your nomanism. Ndị butere gị Bible ka ị gawa eluigwe chọrọ ka ị gaa eluigwe. Look at how, just be watching ka ị mara ihe, please. That is what we preach here. Listen to the Irish, the Irish people in their football pitch. Listen to them. Lazy in a box. Do you hear that? Well, did anybody care? No, because they are white people, so they have the right to express their opinion. They have the right to rejoice when they are living next door. Because they understand the direct consequences. What the monarchy, British monarch, cost them, the pain they inflicted on them. But we as black people that suffer the pure Holocaust, direct, without preamble, without any pretense, they inflicted the Holocaust on us. So we don't have the right to complain. Catherine Aliang will come and preach and how Nigeria unity is indivisible. Sometimes, why not journalists ask her, but what is your advantage? Why is this indivisibility of Nigeria? You are campaigning for it. Why? Why? Don't you see what you are suffering? Don't you see how we are killing how they are killing us? Don't you see the frictions? What? Okay, are you living here? Why are you telling us all the time, preaching to us the indivisibility of Nigeria? But Nigerians cannot talk now because they are obedient slaves. But we Biafrans, we are not. We have come out from that system, that slavery. That is the reality. So we can no longer be obedient slaves. Be nice. Thank God. Do you always hear all these Igbo politicians coming to lecture us whenever we are being killed about how law-abiding we should be in our pens? How law-abiding that we should be? Thank God they don't come out again to lecture us. Before, it is a normal thing. Immediately, anything, terrorists strike in our land. Terrorists strike in our land, kill us in any part of Nigeria, even in Biafra land. They are the first people to come. Hey, be law abiding, don't make noise. So go your normal businesses. So don't talk. This thing is your problem. Is you that is the cause. They blame our own people for the pains, for the terrorism they are inflicting on us. But this time around, it is no. This generation, Biafra is a spirit. Our Wada that spoke out, we don't know her. Maybe it's not an IPOB, but she did her own thing. And that is what we should encourage. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is encouraging. Not those that will come out to come, go and do your own thing to advance the cause of Biafra. That is what we solicit. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the lines. Please, don't go away.
Biafra worldwide phone call campaign alert continues. BBC, a propaganda machine and racist media set up by the Great Britain to oppress the oppressed people of Biafra. BBC, your media war propaganda of 1967 that led to the genocide of over 3.5 million Biafrans, men, women, and children, did not stop us. Do you know why? Because we are the sons and daughters of the great lion from the tribe of Biafra. Our minds are made up. Your shenanigans, antics, and fake gutter media will not stop us either. We must and shall restore Biafra. Biafra worldwide phone call campaign alert continue. Now pay close attention. Be polite when you call BBC and use the following prompt when you call. Hello, my name is. You tell them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Since you are obsessed with telling lies about Biafrans, here are 5 more questions to consider. Now, this is the question to ask BBC. We are witnesses to BBC racist coverage of terrorism, implying that black Africans' lives don't matter. Yet the same BBC rallies the whole world at the slightest terrorist incident in the United Kingdom. Here is the second question. But when it comes to Nigeria, BBC not only hides terrorist killings, but they slander the victims and survivors of terrorism and genocide. The third one. When will the grand patrons of lies and hypocrisy, the BBC fake news network, make a documentary about the daily slaughtering of Nigerians by Fulani terrorists and the government of Nigeria, whom you protect, so that London may plunder Biafran's resources?
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still in the enemy dungeon. But make no mistake about it, he must be released. Our lines are now opened. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. Give us a call, but remember, I'm talking about contributing your quota towards Biafra restoration. And you see how our fearless Wada did her own and is doing her own, advancing the Biafra agitation, the Biafra cause, to even to more further to everywhere. It's not about people that try to come. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, do your own thing, or they come in to become ectoparasites to destroy what you are doing. But they cannot. Your intellectualism, professorship in America, in Australia, in anywhere, in Europe, and you cannot even advance the cause of our people. What is the need? What is the need? You should be ashamed. If IPOB meets you in private to talk, why not join what you are doing? It's so how, this is not how to do it. You have to mellow down, like Cardinal Arinze. on the intellectuals. Ndị na position ndị anyị na-echekwube. No, we must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, you are the first caller. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me now? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Okay, please, I've been talking to you. I don't know whether you are not listening or you are not hearing my voice. Please go. Please go on, please. Yes, go on.
It is our people should I say afraid? Yes, some of them are. But look at what a woman did. What Anya did.
Mazi, please, sorry, I'm very sorry. I crave your indulgence. There is somebody I didn't know. I pick her up on direct line. Call on direct line, please. Go on. I didn't know. Go on, please. Call on direct line.
That woman is a woman indeed.
Yeah, of course.
And I was with her, believe me. Yeah, you see, can already my by now. I come only the Muslim and can I claim head of directors and the EHM, Madina Kodahami, when you go on. Rosine no na ha chukwu cardiana enwe maloto so ahụ nwere ike data ekene kwa no tu di sini ke gan muri koma plate na kolon na kola nche ne wundi Biafra de bob nine number 1 na bubu
ndewo
thank you Mazi Diatan
ndewo
yeah working with for us go ahead
ndewo thank you Mazi on WhatsApp, please. Sorry for the interruption. Go on, please.
It's okay, Mazi.
Go on.
Okay, yes, as I was saying, what Anya said reminded me of what our women did in the Aba protests. As a student of history, I could not understand why our women led the protests. It was when I read her submission on Twitter, I was like, wow, she is brave. This is a brave woman. Look at what's his name? Jesus wrote against her. Even this man that's a presenter in the USA was asking her to come for her interview and she declined. I mean, what this woman did should be what our men should be doing. But all I can see are men that are afraid, lazy, and all they are thinking of is today. They are not thinking of tomorrow. Look at what they have said about Ladipo market and the Indo market. All the people there are Ndibo. Automatically they are telling them to leave Lagos. Our people do not understand that this is the right time for us to face eastward. Everybody must, wherever they are, they have to start thinking of Anibo now. The time is now. The time is now. Mazi Jonathan, I want to use this opportunity to tell you, thank you for all these educative things you're doing. Thank you so much. Many of our people do not understand that the power of social media right now is to the advantage of IPOB and Biafra. Biafra is here. It has come already. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you.
Mazi.
And then Yeah, Mazi, lest I forget. Last Saturday, my thing, you told me to send something to you, and please do check your inbox. I've sent it.
Okay.
Probably you might want to use it for tomorrow's program.
Okay, I'll do that, please. I never even checked.
Okay, Mazi. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful evening, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Thank
Bye.
you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
There are many things in this phone. Honestly, if you open it, but I will check it. Caller on Signal. There, welcome to the program. Please go on before I bring on one of us, Mazi Ayoba, who is in Dublin also, to give us account of how the Irish people also rejoiced on the death of the vampire. Caller on Signal, please go on. Caller on Signal, can you hear me? Go on.
Maz, good evening. My name is Mazi Fanyi. Mazi Fanyi is calling from his location. Mazi, thank you for picking my call this night. And also, I thank you for accepting me on Signal, because I have tried and I let you to accept me. You know, Signal is only when you accept before you can have access to, do whatever.
Yes,
thank you, Mazi.
Yes. Let me say this also. There are people that are calling or sending for me to accept them unknown numbers. I don't accept unknown numbers, please. If I see unknown number requests, I will block it, and that is what I'm doing. So you better use your number.
Yeah.
That's it. Go on, please.
Yeah, I believe that my number is not unknown.
No, it's not
Mazi.
unknown. It's not unknown. I'm talking. I just remember it right now.
Yes. Mazi, thank you so much. Mazi, let me not waste much of your time.
Mazi, are you still there? Reconnecting. Why? The network failed. I think it's from the zoo. Let's go to Mazi Ayoba. Mazi, are you there? Please, welcome to the program. The platform is yours. Can you hear me? Mazi Ayoba, are you there? Please unmute yourself. Yes, the whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
Right. Yeah, thank you very much. The call came in there and hung up there.
Yes, I saw it.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Mazi, and also good evening to Biafrans worldwide, and also I want to, on a special way, recognize our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and his lovely wife, that have so much paid a huge price to bring us where we are today. It is something we've never thought, if not the sacrifice they have put in place. Honestly, I don't know where we would have been today. Mazi, regarding what you have read out and all the analysis, before I go into that, please let me introduce myself. My name is Mazi Ayoba. I come from Mbise in Owerri province, so I reside here in Ireland. So by the special grace of God, I serve Biafrans in the capacity of Deputy European Rep and also a member of the Rhetorics. Mazi, what you have put out this evening is something that it's too hard to absorb them. People like me, because remember when the history of this Biafra emerged, when Anya start talking about it, the record that was put out in place was only about 1 million and they're saying 2 million. Buhari, when he was alive, he said 2 million. And BBC are dangling between 2 million, 1 million, and 3 million. But the record we obtained here changed that conception. You know, the record we obtained here, 2017, the day the Zoo military went
say where you are calling from.
assassinate a leader. And actually, so that door of history opens to us, and we were able to lay our hands on it. And what we discovered, the way our people were massacred in Nigeria during 1967 to 70 is unreal. It is terrible. The pictures, the documents, I am telling you what we have here in our possession, we still have it. It was handed over to me, and we are keeping it, waiting for the right time to also produce it, which some of them have been also in circulation. Some of them are the newspaper articles written by Desmoulin, a journalist who was on ground when this event took place. This genocide committed by the British, engineered by the British. And Mazi, there is something that you forgot to add, and the British want us to swallow it. They went as far as they can to suppress this information, this genocide they committed over Biafrans, and up until this very day, British never want to let go, like our sister just said. Okay, now there is something Harold Wilson said, that the death of 500,000 Biafrans will not change. This is a sitting prime minister under the leadership of Queen Elizabeth made this inflammatory speech.
Evil speech.
That the death
of speech, I should say. Genius.
Evil speech. We are not talking about who's not. This is spearheading the massacre, the genocide of the Biafrans, and he openly said it in the public that the death of 500,000 Biafrans would not change the British policy of Nigeria. You can imagine. And in the process, over 7.2 million Biafrans were slaughtered. I interviewed the Desmoulin. He brought me to his house, and I brought some of the IPOB executive with me. And this man opens a warehouse of information, what the British did to our people, how British slaughtered our people. The man was saying that Biafrans were dying, 800 people were dying per week. 800 people were dying a week. And over 5 million Biafrans we are starving to. We are just few minutes, not even hours, few minutes away from death. And 800 are dying every week. 800 people across Biafra land were dying every week over the starvation due to the British air, land, and sea blockade. And what was the crime the Biafrans committed against the British? Nothing. You want an oil. You want and destroy. Now they are having access to that oil. They have used it and destroyed the ecosystem of Biafra land. Mazi Jonathan, I can tell
something
you, if there's any way
try in their land, something they can never try in their land.
Yeah. If there is any way there is spillage of oil here or petrol, there is a leakage of tanker was running, and then there's a kind of leakage of petrol or oil here. These people will cordon off the whole entire area to make sure they use special liquid, wash it, to make sure that this liquid spread anywhere else from that spot where it was found. But British will purposely allow oil spillage to flow into our river, destroy ecosystem. The damage British have done in our land across the coastal region and mainland of Biafra land, the damage they have used oil spillage and cause will take at least less than 100 years to be created. The crime the British, and this are demand of Queen Elizabeth. And this tweet our sister made from nowhere without being an IP. For sure, she's not an IPOB member. We never had anything about this lady. This our sister. She came out from blue. And pour it out the way we have been angered, the way we have been, she just spoke our mind. We have been crying for how many years now? We have been calling for peaceful exit of the zoo, and the British refused. Protest after protest in this country. Protest after protest. The BBC, like you said, our Igbo people who went through this genocide are the one working in BBC. According to this journalist met here, he said, and you and I, Mazi Jonathan, can bear a witness. The man said, there is no family in Biafra land that did not bury one or two people in their family. There's none. There's none. 7.2 million, 9 million internal refugee. This kind of refugee was not even recorded during the Second World War, First World War, and Second World War of Europe. They did not have up to 9 million refugees.
Mazi, let me interject just 1 second. No, we are the only people that after the war, there were children. There were people displaced that were carried, that went to places like Tanzania, taken to Gabon, taken to Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire.
Which this man, this Spain that I went, this Kanu that I went just last weekend. I just returned just here 2 days ago. The record was there. This man managed to obtain the record, the names of Igbo people that was taken from the at the heat of the war and dumped in the island of Sao Tome, and they have not returned till today.
Our so-called elders are not even talking about.
Oh my God! Upon this very day, this very moment, I'm talking to you. This is the damage, the destruction, the wickedness of the spearheaded by the Queen Elizabeth. And the people, I saw even one of our sisters saying that it should be Biafrans, people be rejoicing over somebody who died. And I'm asking, I like the woman with the comment of Harold Wilson. When Harold Wilson saying over 500,000 Biafrans will not change the British policy on Nigeria interest. What was that mean? Over 500,000. This is sitting Prime Minister saying this. And we are and I'm asking British to this very moment. What is the crime? What is our offense? Where did we have this unfinishing business with you? Where did we owe you money or anything that you have to kill 7.2 million people and 9 million internal refugees, 9 million, and 5 million left to die by starvation? Air, land, and sea. Up until today, Biafrans have been massacred. Up until this very moment. The army of occupation of Nigeria is sitting in our land, arresting, killing, raping, kidnapping our sisters, kidnapping our mothers like Idera Good. And British High Commissioner Katrina Lang is marauding everywhere across the east, across Biafra land. British are looking at it, encouraging a High Commissioner summoning meeting in our land. A high commissioner Like she owns the land, and our people are just coming out whenever she comes around. Katrina Lang went to coastal region of Biafra land a couple of months ago. That is where that pig is actually, coming out, and that's how they managed to bribe this, give this guy to pull money. It was Katrina Lang that initiated it. It was Katrina Lang, a British Search Commission, and Africans are looking at this. Nigerians are looking at this. Who is Katrina Lang to summon a parastatus meeting? Who is she? And tell me why anybody, like you are saying, why would anybody respect black people, Africans, here in the Western world? With the way we reason, with the way we present things, with the way we see things. Nothing touches us. Only one person died in France. One person, a terrorist killed in France. The whole world leaders flooded into France to protest. But 9 million internal refugees, 7 million massacred in a cold blood for no reason. Nobody is talking about it. Holy cause. I mean, talking about Rwanda. But Biafrans, I'm asking, what is our offense? And you see our elders keeping quiet, watching young youth being shot in a close range, watching children, looking at army, military man, shooting people down in front of children, psychologically destroying us as a race. This is the anger this woman was talking. This was the anger. She was exhibiting. That's why she tweeted what she tweeted, because we can't keep quiet anymore. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped in another country, recognition. British oversees it. A British citizen. Till this very moment, British have not done anything. Katrina Lang is busy going from one community to another in Biafra land, and they were looking at her, making sure that we cannot breathe. And I want to appreciate our sister. Look at Irish here celebrating after that tweet. Irish people who went through the same hell that we're going through today. The tweet our sister made is the Irish were doing campaign here. Because they know what they went through at the hand of this terrorist woman they call Queen Elizabeth. Broad soccer. I am asking, where in British land that they got all this gold that they are showing everywhere in Britain? They have it in their stockroom. Where did the British get it? You want to talk about democracy, but you are practicing monarchy system. But introduce democracy that you don't practice. This is what we are talking about. This is why we have to return. This is why we are doing this. This is why we are leaving everything we are doing to make sure that we let the world know what is happening to us as a people. And our sisters have done well. And this is what we are calling even our sister, the other one called Chimamanda, that use Biafra and the half of the Yellow Sun to become famous today. But she doesn't talk about the real killings of Biafrans at the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. She never talk about it. She's busy talking about feminine and how Nigeria will be better. This our sister, Uju, is who we call, these are the people we call Biafran women. And when you see them, these are people that are called Biafran women. Their mothers are the ones involved in Biafra protest, the women protest 1920. And when you see them without any mixed blood, you will see how they speak. You will see how they speak with authority. Even at the interview, she stood firm and you say what happened. Nothing will happen. And now the world is talking about Biafra today. Biafra has become a center stage now of discussion everywhere. With the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. Of course, we went to Catalonia. One of the biggest crowd I've ever come across. In fact, if not, is the biggest crowd I have ever come across. Biafrans, we are allowed to address them. It never happened before. Speaking right before over 2 million people. And tell me why anybody will be ashamed of talking about Biafra. And this is what we're saying. Biafra should learn, like I said on the video, Biafra should learn from what Catalonians are doing. How they have taken their country, they have their own police, they have their own paramilitary, they have their own government system, they have everything. It's only one thing left for them to conclude. And they are nearly there. When we are doing something, and of course I will take this opportunity to appreciate Biafrans for sitting at home on Tuesday according to our instruction. This is what we are talking about. We are not talking about taking a president that will last only 4 years or at most 8 years, and so we are putting before our people. Jonathan did everything for Goodluck. Jonathan did everything for 5 years. 5 years. It took only 1 year. The terrorists entered there. They reversed everything and destroyed it. Destroy it beyond even recognition. Worse than they were before Goodluck Jonathan set things up. These people, if they allow our brother to go in there, they will just want to use it to see if they will quell the movement. And once they come back again, I am telling you, they will do what we are seeing now is nothing to compare what they will do after that. And they will tell you, you have taken your own shot. You cannot talk again. We are telling our people to wake up this time. It's very, very important. Anybody thinking that we are going to back down, if they like, let them hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are aggravating us more the more you hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not going to give an inch. We are not going to back down. And I have said this. We will fight to the last man standing. This is our generation. God is my witness tonight. We will take this Biafra to any level. And the British are getting the heart of it now. Are they not hearing the sound of it? We are not going to back down. We have come to restore Biafra. If it's only one person left, after we have done this, let them multiply. Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan, for giving me this time. I keep on the good job. My name remains Mazi Zayoka.
Thank you very much. That is it. You know, when you hear what our leader said, if you have any quota, whatever you can do to contribute to this effort, do your own way. And our Anya is doing her own. If your own is anytime maybe the monarch comes to where you are living, you can throw him or her, raw egg to draw attention. Why are you doing this? You'll be arrested. You do it because you that time you draw attention. That is it. That is it. Not a washere, kwashere, korganelu, korganala. DOS asekwa. Intellectual. Caller on signal, please continue. We are online before, but after the network was bad. Go on.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan Grenza, can you hear me well?
The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
All right, Mazi, I was interrupted by Zoo Network. I'm back again. Mazi, let me know what's much of your time. I thank our brother Isaiah Yoruba for this wonderful, information and the encouragement and the how everything was run in the Catalonia. We are watching them live. I thank them. Mazi, you see what you are saying. Also, I commend our sister Mazi, Madam Uju. I call her Madam Ujunwa. We have millions of them out there who can also participate in this restoration of Biafra. But let me chip my own view. Our leader said that whatever you can do to restore the kingdom of God on earth called Biafra, you should do it. And the others that refuse to do something, millions of them that can do something so that the world will know, the world will see the lights of the Biafra and where we are heading to. And they are hiding under their husband rapper. Somebody like Chimamanda and the Nkos. There are many. If you do not do anything, now, when we are struggling to restore the kingdom of God, Biafra on earth, you do not do anything now. And when Biafra comes, you should not bother to do anything. We are recording. I commend that our sister for the boldness and the encouragement to say and let the world know that we are massacred. Mazi, my father fought the war during the 1967 to 1970. My father is still alive. My father have told me everything about the war. I thank God that I'm a genuine IPOB family member in my location. Mazi, instead of Biafra not to come, Mazi, all of us will die. Instead of Biafra not to come, it's better we die and let Biafra come. Because we can never abandon this struggle. We can never go back, whether obedient or obituary or disobedient or disobey, whatever they can call him. If he like, let him be obedient to caliphate. If he let him be mortuary to caliphate, it's none of our concern. What we need is Biafra. We don't have anywhere to go. We don't have even back to go. According to you, we are not backing down. Mazi, on what else? I am aware that some company came back down. But what I want to encourage our people out there, people that can still do something that can bring the light of Biafra to the world. If you don't do anything now, if you don't do like this, our sister, Ujungwana, forget about that. And we are taking the code of everything. Because Ogegiru, Mage Wuptaragase, I would not grass now, Ndimos Negeko, Kaimezi, Ndimos in the deco. Inka, we are IPOB, we are recording everything. So that tomorrow, you can never come and say that you do that or do that. Our sister, keep on and tweeting. Let the world know how the massacre was. How we was killed during the genocide. It's not a war, it's a genocide, which we all knows. But you see this coming generation of Biafran under IPO leadership, under our leader Mazi Nnamdi, we are ready to die today and tomorrow. Fulani never say anything. Britain never say anything. We are ready to restore this kingdom, whether good or bad. I still leave my topic here so that others can end their view. Mazi, thank you once again. Mazi, fine. Good night from here. Good night.
Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp, thank you for holding on. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. There, go on,
I can hear you, my leader.
Go on, please.
Are you hearing me?
The whole world is hearing you, please.
Good evening. Good evening, Mazi Jonathan. Watch it again.
There,
Mazi, my name, Napoleon, Igwe Okere. I'm calling from Aba University.
There, is our FM coming out?
Loud and clear in Aba area.
Very good.
International market. Our radio is live and clear.
There,
both up and everything. Mazi, we thank you before. I didn't take a luno. Now, even I don't make balloon, Radio Biafra London, Radio Biafra London, Radio Pow. On this platform now, the Carlo Meperani. Oh, yeah, already you brag radio away game, man. Oh, yeah, game, and those are them nonsense. Ala Pakistan. Mazi Natana. Ono na wale ara be gelo ni sha ya wo ma zan nan da kalo awo hamadike nan da ga bata ga bata bia to no obodo Biafra land it's not going back again all ga bata because I have seen him I work with him Mazi Chineke ekeroreke ekeroreke onye ọbụla nọ n'ọrụ I want sit at home. Eti hari sit at ọgwụla ma redio Biafra London bụ ya. Biafra London kwugharị sit at home. Ebe niile Biafra land na short down. Anyị international market na short down. Anyị na-erefe akara so ọwụrụ ma nke ahụ ya na-eme unu jishike. Unu nwanne Lord Diaspora. Unu jishike unu na wale. Na-ekwusa ya ka ndị ọcha na ya ndị ọcha egbuola na-egbuo. Ndị ọcha na-ekpecha arụsị nwa Queen Elizabeth a ewere ọbara wụọ ya n'isi. Mee ya beret. Ihe ọwụ agbara chọọchị bute ebe a na na-erisi igwe anya ihe kwọga aka ntị gị si ara ịta ikisi chigbara ya ọwụ enyebeli ọda onye isi anyị nye ọda anyị ebiri ebe a mewe etu udo dịkwa maka anyị ji diplomatik nnadịkarị ọgara skuul nnadịkarị ọgwụrụ akwụkwọ nnadịkarị skuul nnadịkarị olide Biafra ọgbapụrụ enwere ike project sef emewuri ya na oge ọ gbapụrụ ọsọ Biafra abịala anyị nwere ahụ Biafra na Biafra we dey for Biafra land the see say we get mark na without radio Biafra important land ka onye ndị Igbo ewe ọrụ ugetu ugbu anyị nwere ike stand kwokwu mba don't right anyị ọkwana because of good I will Biafra anyị ọ maka Nnamdi Kanu Mazi Jonathan na-ekele unu na kwale ihe anyị na-achọghị bụ ka unu laa azụ Mazi nke obi ngwa echefuola aha ya nke obi that man too much I like him courage that man I like him ya ọ na-ekwu okwu ọ na-adị ka ọ na-agba na ọ na-ekwu okwu with zeal ọnwa aba Damana mwaba wafu obi mwaba ala kere the man we
ndewo Mazi Chinasa Nworu ndewo
Chinasa Nworu ala kere ya hendo zo name I believe in someone who did it oga to Nnamdi Kanu ra to ojo ibi Mazi Jonathan ra to ojo ojo no bra platform ra to ojo mmadụ okwu ga-egwe anya ime nwaanyị mere nke ọ bụ ugbu a nke ọma awali chike n'ọrụ ọma ya otu ihe ka ndị mmadụ na-anụ olu Biafra ihe ọ bụla ajọ ọkpọta mmadụ ji ọkpọrọ ga na White House bụ Biafra ka ajụwazi ego ihe Biafra ka anyị tụwawanyere onye ahụ ya ọ bụrụ onye ihe Biafra ihe Biafra a na-ekwu ebe niile.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you. The secret. Thank you very much. I'm heading towards the end of the program. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome. Signal. Can you hear me? Mazi Madabuchi. Are you there? Mazi Madabuchi, go on please. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Good evening from here. Good evening, dear friends and lovers of freedom. My name is Ifan Madabuchi, and I'm calling from the Netherlands. It's not the topic is contributing our quotas to the restoration of Biafra, and to a point here. We know that pastors and some reverends that are supported, but I was really disappointed on the response from Fadoloma to the tweet of our sister. Because Reverend Fadoloma, we respect him and we listen to him sometimes. I will not lie, talking to him sometimes he makes games. But instead of hitting on our sisters, Professor Anya's tweet on genocide on Biafra by the British and Nigeria, intervene, or during the reign of this late Queen Elizabeth, this Reverend Oluoma went to comment and defend colonialism and the late Queen, and that was intentional. This is what we are saying in Radio Biafra. People may misunderstand it. These people are in the clergy, not all of them, we must stress. These people are the gatekeepers. Who are being used by the colonialists. They have been branded. They are one of us. But I will tell Biafrans the gospel truth tonight, and everybody who is listening. Some of these people are Romans or Europeans, but in black or Biafran skin. They have been tutored, they have been educated for over 15 years, 14 years, defend that European or Greco-Roman value system. And therefore, they can defend this man. That Reverend Father Oluoma gave a defense to colonialism that even Europeans muster. And he intentionally left the subject of the which is and the placement and section of Biafra and Biafrans. He did it for some other reasons. He didn't want to trade on some establishment tours, because he never said he spoke and he had been educated for a particular interest. And secondly, he didn't dare to comment on the genocide on Biafra, because it's very, very treacherous ground. In case he, offend his congregants and or followers, because he has a big followership in the social media, and so he chose where he can kill English, but he didn't know he's in our poor, making argument for colonialism. And I say, and I repeat, go and ask Japan and Japanese who were never colonized. Because one of the arguments he was making is that colonialism, they brought the education to us, they brought us here. And ask Japan if they were colonized. Okay, they were colonized. Who else in the world, or let me put it simply, are Japanese not civilized and developed with and their own faith system belief? So these people are, some of them are doing very, very crucial work for the colonialists in our land. You can see that this lady called Catriona Lang, the UK Commission in Nigeria, that lady is really, really shameless. The UK, in altogether, men and women, including Catriona Lang, are don't judge to the other. In South, most especially in the East, in Biafra land. Now they are supposed to be Christians. They participated in the genocide of Judeo-Christian Biafrans from 1967 to 1970. So our people must keep our eyes open. Don't lose your sense when you see Onyena Beji. And their generation of now are not worshiping God, they are after the Mormon, the wealth, the God of money. That's what they are worshiping. Or they would not have killed Biafran up to 5 million to 7.2 million. These people are not, and they are not after God, and they are not after goodness or they are doing their own goal and means. And when I come to our Professor Anya, Jeff Bezos, the billionaire Jeff, like God because they have money, but they don't know Biafrans from or age before Europeans open eyes, started homes, and know that they are ego. So we don't worship money. any Biafran who is worshiping money is a plus one, is a left. We don't worship money, and so our sister was not cowed by just Bezos and his wealth, and she spoke the mind and the heart of Biafran. And I wrote to Jeff Bezos that day that woman was eating. I told Jeff Bezos to educate himself on the nation called Biafra. Go and educate yourself, because that you have billions doesn't mean that you know anything or everything. And that is what we must do also to this PS, because we posted the articles and the videos and links and from YouTube, posting raging fire, say because Americans and Europeans, they don't know history beyond America and Europe. They don't know what's going on. So we were educating the world while we were reacting to the attack on Anya and saying, no, leave her alone. No, she spoke for us. Whether you like it or not, it's your business. Because he who wears the shoe knows where it's hurting him. And we have been hurting Biafrans on exile and wasting away all over the world. You think it's by choice? So we have to, teach this. After teaching this Jeff Bezos to oligarch lesson, we must teach this Piers Morgan and his likes of mainstream and the neo-colonialist media. We must, through their handles in Twitter, in Facebook, teach the world, because they have followership. We must their handles teach those who don't know our plight and our problem in Nigeria, and why we must restore the independent and sovereign Republic of Biafra. Thank you, my brother. God bless you, and God bless Biafra. Good night.
There, and you too. Thank you very much. I will pick the last caller. Is there waiting caller on WhatsApp? Welcome to the program. You are the last caller. Please go on.
Yeah, Professor Jonathan, thank you for taking my call.
Say, my fellow scavenger, there, welcome to the program.
Yeah, dear friends, you're speaking to a brother who's the scavenger. I'm calling from Africa du Sud, South Africa. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. Dear friends, I greet you. Professor Jonathan, I thank you for what you are doing for Biafrans. But before I proceed, I must tell the world, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. Biafrans, I greet you. Professor Jonathan, I thank you for what you are doing for Biafrans. But before I proceed, I must tell the world the meaning of Uju. She didn't finish her name there. It's Ujunwa, I'm sure. She removed Unwa, then Ujunwa. And in Biafra land, we don't just give our children Flagasta, any type of name. We give our children their name according to the way they come. Ujunwa, she's not a daughter, she's in middle. Maybe 2 or 3 children might have come before him, or even he may be the 6th or 50th person. So that is the reason, the meaning of her name, Ujunwa. Ujunwa, we thank you for making us proud. We thank you for standing on the side of truth. We thank you for making the world to hear more what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, have been talking for a long time. We, the IPOB members, what you talk, we have been talking it a long time. Our leader has been preaching it all the time, telling us the evil of the British against the Biafran people. But they say that we are miscreant. The British are oil-obsessed nation. They can do anything because of oil. Just because of oil in Biafra land. That is why they are killing us, they are maiming us. The world, their own information, maybe they have not told you and you have not known. But we, the miscreants, we are telling you that Harold Wilson, under the worshipful eye of Queen Elizabeth, from 1964 to 1970, that is when it happened. That was Harold Wilson, the prime minister, and when the Biafrans were killed, and he said that that of 500,000 of Biafrans will not 500,000, 500,000 will not make him change his mind. He didn't only kill our people, massacred our people on the genocide. He went ahead and contracted Russia. We don't know whether it's the whole in Russia. But one day that company or that person will come out to tell us how much he paid, how much they paid him to also use to come and massacre a tiny Biafrans. That is what they did to us. Ujung, thank you for what you are doing. That you are not, now I've seen a professor. Now we have got a professor, a real professor, not a professor after studying from England and America. He come back and tell us that the River Niger, that Mungo Park discovered the River Niger. When River Niger, I wanted to tell us that the name of River Niger is Orimiri Obar. Orimiri Obar have been existing. You went as a professor, you study in America, in anywhere, and you come back here and you teach our children that Mungo Park discovered River Niger. That is what you learn. We don't need that professor. You talk truth, and he knows his child. Professor Chinedu is a professor, and what he can be able to say the word, to tell the world, the gender with, is that he have killed and that he will kill again. That is what he's telling us. He have never seen all that is around him. He's a professor, but him. He's not in terms of Nigeria. He's a Biafrans. He wanted to attach himself to the wrong place, and now they are he is the Nnamdi new contractor, because they are moving him so that he can come and kill the him. He's not in terms of Nigeria. He's a Biafrans. He wanted to attach himself to the wrong place, and now they are he is the Nnamdi new contractor, because they are moving him so that he can come and kill the Biafran doing what strength. France, he wanted to attach himself to the wrong place, and now they are he is the Nnamdi new contractor, because they are moving him so that he can come and kill the Biafran doing what strength.
Going to fund a place freedom. We continue on this platform, creating awareness, educating ourselves, learning from each other, because it's going to fund a place freedom. We continue on this platform, creating awareness, educating ourselves, learning from each other, because this is the right to do restoration, no? It is both mental, spiritual, physical, all involved. Because without it, without being mentally restored, I'm telling you, a physical restoration only will keep us in another quagmire. Imagine, just imagine. Last time, I think Uchemo, for our former deputy, he now declared he is the secretary, I don't know, personal assistant or secretary to Asari Dokubo, that they elect Asari Dokubo as the is he president of Biafra, dear Biafra. I'm giving you example of restoring a nation with, physical restoration without mental restoration. Now, Asari Dokubo, he came up and proclaimed that he is the president of Biafra. You know, he charged IPOB before that for him to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he must be given whether $10 million. Have you forgotten? So, without mental restoration, now Asari Dokubo is now, we have forgotten anything about Biafra, is now fighting for 4.5 billion naira oil, pipeline guard contract. Do you see? Do you see? Imagine people like this with this rotten mentality. Now they come to be in forefront of Biafra. if Biafra comes. Just imagine. Imagine how quagmirish it will be. All that matters for him is money. Money, money. He doesn't care about building people. He doesn't care. You know, one thing with Nigeria is they always talk about natural resources. Oh, the crude oil, gold, Zamfara gold, crude oil, gas. They always forget the most important. That is the brain. The brain. Human resources that abound in Nigeria. They don't talk about it because they impoverish everybody. That is the way Britain wants it. Everybody must be impoverished so that they can, with crumbs, when they promise you crumbs, they give you crumbs. Now you'll be on their side. And you thank God that you are even on the part of, crumbs. Do you understand it? Like one statement, one of the Igbo musicians, he said his highest fear is going back to poverty, which is true anyway. It's good, but he can do anything in order to remain where he is as somebody, a wealthy person, a rich person, I should say. So politicians, they program people the way they want. It is the British conspiracy that is taking place. Here we want to remove ourselves from both religious cage, religious slavery, spiritual slavery, mental slavery, all, then physical slavery. That is why we are doing what we are doing. So that our brain will be sanitized. So that when we enter into Biafra, we will be working for excellence. We'll be people of dignity, dignified set of people that genuinely work for their country. Do you understand? Now, as I said, contributing your quota to the restoration of Biafra. Nwadu Uju has done or is doing her own that brought her to the limelight. How many of you are intelligentsia in that group of intelligentsia, Igbo intelligentsia, that I always fear? People that we are there, they were undoing us, making sure that we disappear as a race. They are there. Anything that they just take money or political position. Finish. As they are okay, everybody is okay. They start scavenging for the caliphate. Biafran youths, talented musicians. Catch them young, as I said the other day. That is why you hardly see Biafran influential musicians singing something reasonable. It is impossible. They have nice tunes anyway. That is what people dance. But when you listen to what they are singing, it's only ego. Everything is about ego. That is the way they are programmed. Because all these Igbo politicians, they meet them when they are young. They catch them. Support them. Now, remember, we will support you, we are in charge. As long as you don't sing anything about politics. Because when they kill our people and you come and talk it open, they say, no, you are into politics. Don't, just like many Igbo WhatsApp groups. When you talk about the evil going on in our land, they say it's a here we don't entertain politics. So, and you look at which set of people are these that find it, find joy preying on their own people, making sure that foreigners using them in order to make sure that they kill their people, they make sure they quieten people when they kill us, that we are quiet. We don't speak. We don't cry. Is it not the same thing as slavery? During the slavery period, it's the same thing. They chop off your neck. Your fellow slave, they tell him, hey, don't talk, don't shout, don't cry. And they will not cry. They continue quietly doing their business. I mean, going to farm, doing their cleaning, quietly. Do you understand? That is the way they want to program us, or they have programmed us. If not this liberation by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he started. Thank you for listening. We must continue in this platform. We must continue doing what we are doing, because we have no back to go. We have removed ourselves. We have been resuscitated by the words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through this Radio Biafra. We are no more dead bodies like Nigerians. Anything passes, they don't care. They are dead bodies. They are being subjected into looking for their daily bread. Everybody. Who has time for any other thing? Who has time to think about the future of their children? No. Oh boy. If his telephone battery is not dead, which he's looking where to charge, he's running away from maybe Nigerian soldiers or police that are pursuing people, or from terrorists. They hear terrorists are coming, so they give you that worry to keep you busy, keep everybody busy, so that you don't think about, you don't even have time, you don't even have mode of getting information to know what's up. You don't even have time to think about the environment you are. No. Just like animals, all that matters to them is eating. If you watch National Geography, you see an antelope in the midst of lions, predators, being surrounded by predators. All that it is continue eating grass. You don't even mind. Until now they come, they start running when it is too late. That is the way they want us to be. You must worry for your battery, a telephone battery, nowhere to charge. Is it mosquito? Is it before even you reach home, the Okada that carry you, they stop him, they open your phone, or police say, "Go give me your phone." You must. So you waste time there. Before you, all these worries, you don't have any time again to think about your future generations, the people. You don't have time for political matters that concern you. No. We say no to all this slavery. Thank you for listening onto this hallowed platform. We must continue doing what we are doing. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our identity. Biafra is where we worship. From here, it is simply good evening.
Olololo, ọchịwa abịala m ọzọ n'uwe, onye kara aka n'uwe, onye kpọrọ akpọchi ike yeye. Ọchịwa na London weye, ihe ji egene na Manchester ye. Udele na-eri ozuwe, udele na-eri ozuwe, udele na-eri ozuwe, udele na-eri ozuwe. Okwu ụzọ dị mma n'uwe, udele na-eri ozuwe. Vampire ndị moye, udele na-eri ozuwe. Ojobara kwaka, udele na-eri ozuwe. Ojobara emojiyo, udele na-eri ozuwe. The Supreme Court to governor ye, udele na-eri ozuwe. Udele na-eri ozuwe, udele na-eri ozuwe. Ọ udele na-eri ozuwe. Ọ tiri bishi ụmụnne ya. Udele na-eri ozuwe ma ọ mụrụ amụ. Hey, Ọchịwa na London. Let's take this a bar in France. Lagos, na Manchester. Udele na-eri vampire ndị Imo steeti eze vampire ndị Imo steeti hopu ụzọ dị mma n'uwe hopu jọbara akwa aka amatara m hopu ụzọ dị mma n'uwe n'afọ 2004 ruo n'afọ 2006 mgbe ọ na-esogharị ndị 419 mgbe m na-eme vidio coverage ka m matara hopu ụzọ dị mma ama m ya asụ onye ọgwụ ego ọ bịazi bịa m ọpụredi Supreme Court bịara nye anyị ya as gọvanọ ndị Imo akwa nna hụ na n'Imo steeti Fada Mbaka bịa lele onye kpọrọ hopu ndị Imo sa Chineke bara gị elebiru na bịakwuo ihe gbasara ya ọwụ onye gwara anyị sa Chineke sa hopu bịara n'Imo steeti anyị ahụ na hopu ahụ chai ngụnụ ha tige hopu ụzọ dị mma n'uwe ọ gaghị adịrị ụnụ na mma n'uwe anụ mere ala Imo steeti arụwe tinyere anyị ihe o jọbara kwa aka amụsụ na-eri ụmụ ya vampaya nke ndị Imo steeti onye ọgwụ ego mama n'ala Imo steeti onye ọgwụ ego anyị mama n'uwe ọha bụ ndị bidoro Yahoo Plus o bidoro Yahoo na ọhịa eji jụọ ya sọ ma ha na-akpọ Yahoo yasa ya nwa ihe ije ọchịwa nwayọ kwa aga m ekwu eziokwu o jemara je were ndị Fulani ihe tinyere anyị ihe ọha ebube agụ ebube atụrụ a na-egwusi ndị Imo steeti ihe ịbịa n'ala ọlụwe yusu n'ebe ahụ agwụla n'oyi ọkwa obodo ya ahụ his own local government ya na-egbu ụmụnne ya na-atọ ya ụtọ egbu ụmụnna ya please his grandmasters onye rere nwanne ya rijuo afọ fegi ihe ga-echegharị ya jekwa jejorochasa juju n'uwe ihe mere ya n'uwe ọ ga-agwa gị hopu ụzọ dị mma o chere na ya ru ụmụnne ya n'aka ndị ugwu na ha ga-etinye as president ebe ebe achị mana ha metara wụọ ya brabra ihe na onwe ya megbuo ya so wa sịrị na agbata na ebe ahụ eche ololo hopu ụzọ dị mma awụọ ya brabra o nwere ihe m chọrọ ịgwa gị ụzọ dị mma otu ụbọchị ihe ọchịchị gapụ gị n'aka ka anyị mara anụ ebighị na n'Imo chebakwụgwọ Hausa ahụ maka ebe adịbanye na gị ị ga-emecha pụlụcha ma gị ma grandmaster gị oge shi ha ga-emechapụ oge ahụ eruba n'elu oge erulelu ije o jemara jebere ego ndị Imo steeti ihe zụrụ wọchị ihe anyegide ya worth of 457 million ka mmadụ banaka mmadụ Chineke kere eke mana o ji ndị nkụzi ụgwọ ji onye ụlọ skuul na Imo steeti na-alacha mmiri mana gọvanọ na-agba worth of 457 million n'aka ebe gọvanọ na-agba resources n'aka o udele na-eri ozuwe eze vampire ndị Imo ojú ọba rẹ pa Kanu òkùdélé lórí oṣù ojú ọba rẹ mọ́jì òkùdélé lórí oṣù 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 òkùsọ di mmanụ òkùdélé lórí oṣù. Imo State. Let you do mana. And for everywhere. Ciao. ndị na-ebe n'Imo steeti akpa na ahụ na n'uwe otu Supreme Court si bịa n'uwe nyanya ọnwụ ike n'uwe si ya bịa bụ ndị Imo steeti Oya gọvanọ Imo steeti Ojoba na-akwa aka ụzọ dị mmadụ ọjụọ udele na-eri ozuwe udele na-eri ozu ụmụ ya udele ọjụọ udele na-eri ozu ndị tinyere n'aka udele ọjụọ ahụbeghị m udele na-eri ozu udele ibe ya ahụbeghị m mana udele nke akpọtara Imo steeti ọ na-eriri ozu ụmụ ya na ozu ụmụ ọ mụrụ n'afọ ịbịazie n'ala Imo ozu udele ibe ya ahụbeghị m mana udele nke akpọtara Imo steeti ọ na-eriri ozu ụmụ ya na ozu ụmụ ọ mụrụ n'afọ ịbịazie n'ala Imo
Radio Biafra. We saturate the whole of Biafra land. Wherever you are, just touch the dial 102.1 FM. Olo, Owerri, Enugu, Anambra, Abakaliki, Nsukka, Asaba, and many more. Radio Biafra. We got you covered. Radio Biafra, the first and the last.